live.
Oh, maybe it was like okay, like I just
we're
said.
definitely
Okay.
live.
Okay. All right.
All right, let me tell them we should be live. See it? Okay. All right, everybody turn off the stream to except you know, I mean, talk about us. I mean, you other guys that are tuned in definitely stick with the stream. But let's all shut it off so that we're not killing this
he said we just
video.
got him on, and then he said shut it off.
All right. So we should be good. Ready? This is now that we can do that. We have an official start here. Just let me see the chat room. I can't see the chat room. I move my windows. There's my chat room. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Fungal. Welcome to Gamma World as I fix the chat room. Another edition of Doomsday Doopy Doo. So what episode is it? 62?
62.
We
this
are,
crap wasn't all 62. This crap was like 28 or something, right? Didn't we do like a solid 20 episode of a bunch of other crap? Which was
I remember you guys talking about Star Wars for 4 episodes.
Yeah, we did. There was a lot of crying too.
At least more. And there was the crying episode.
There's like
anybody interested
4 hours,
who wants to see some of these
Star Wars and 3 episodes of Kurt Cobain.
Yes. Oh yeah, fucking Kurt Cobain. We can't fucking get out from underneath
at least
motherfucker.
At least 3 episodes.
That's what she's
I'm waiting for the Kevin Smith episode though.
Oh, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm dealing with a too small of a screen, but we're good. We're back. The chat room is I can see 3/4 of it, so I'm sure everyone else is monitoring that though. This is episode 62, as I said 100 times. Anyone interested in any of the older shows? Obviously, go to YouTube. We have the videos, and then early on there was no video; it was just audio, but that's all up there. We have we're on Apple iTunes, or we're Spotify, iHeartRadio, any place you'd like to see or hear us from, wherever else you get your podcast from. I guess what I'm trying to say, we should be there as well. This is Gamma World that we're playing. D20 rules. What edition are we playing, guys? I forgot.
I don't know.
6th edition.
You don't know?
6th edition.
6th edition.
One of those editions. It's a D20. It's D20.
It's D20 modern,
and
we are going to. I'm going to turn it over to
16th edition.
I am playing Meecho. Josh is playing Mr. Mallory. Our GM is in your upper left corner, I think, of your screen, and we're going to dress up the video next time. That's the guy who raised his hand, and the guy over there. And he's going to take over right now and give us a quick rundown of where we left off in our incredible, massive, futuristic, post-apocalyptic adventure. Ready? No pressure. Go. GM, Chris, that is you.
Stop. Yeah, sorry. I've just pretended to be frozen. So where do we leave off?
That's not funny.
I did not use my phone.
We're enjoying an iced tea out in the desert.
Yes. So our hero Meecho and his partner in crime Glume were tent in the red wastes, staying out of the midday sun when they saw a mysterious figure walking across the dazzling red sands. And the figure approached them directly, walked up to their camp, and they had a dialogue, and they learned that this person's name was Mr. Mallory. Mr. Mallory was very intelligent and very well versed in the arts of technology. He very quickly endeared himself to Meecho by identifying a large number of his items that he had no clue precisely how they worked, including fixing his vibroblade so that it no longer required batteries and it could be solar powered as typical vibroblades are supposed to be. And they very quickly aligned themselves with him. We learned, I don't think we learned very much about his backstory directly. Other than he was mysterious, he had a shimmering mist around him as he approached that kind of seemed to clean him. And he displayed some different types of technology that seemed to impress Meecho. And I think that was the very clean, small, short summary. Did I miss anything?
No, I think that was it. I apologize if I seemed a little distracted. I was monitoring our bit rate because I saw it dropping down. I was looking at the Twitch stream and it said the chat rather, and they were saying that we're getting drops. I saw the kilobits dropping dramatically, though now they're back up.
The biggest revelation from the last show was that we had identified the mysterious graviton imploders.
Yes.
Yes.
That were, some kind of demolition device that used gravity over a large area to crush things. Yes.
So that's
Okay.
that's a page turner, you know. That's
Yeah. I mean,
that's a key
I had no
element,
idea.
too.
Yeah, I had no idea that they, what they were, and I found out that basically had 3 nukes on my back.
And actually cleaner than nukes when you think about it. A nuke
Right.
leaves residual radiation. Fission bombs are a little bit cleaner, but these things are 100% clean because there's no residual effects after they're done, other than a nice clean. You think about it, if it was used in building demolition, you could literally demolish a building into with precision.
Right.
So not a military grade explosive. Just so we understand, more of a commercial device that you would use to do these very clean demolitions on buildings and things like that. So, and the party stopped at Dairy Queen, Longshot said. So at that point, we were in the heat of the midday sun. We were going to sit and have tea, and we are doing that now.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm going to turn that over to you guys.
All right. Okay. So, and I'm not going to touch anything. So, this is a good tea.
I remember you had mentioned something about a boat you were trying to catch.
Yes, there was some sort of map, I think, that we got. Glume, right? We got a map.
Yeah. And he reaches into a pocket. And he pulls out a rolled up map, and he opens it up on the ground in front of you guys. So, and what you see is what Batu has mapped out for you guys. And if we had D20 still, I could draw, a drawing like my super cool truck drawing. Just so you know, that was super cool. Let's not forget. But
yeah, I mean the penis truck.
The penis truck, yes. Everything I drew was penis shaped.
I mean, that's got to be the next thing on the list here of things we got to figure out. We're going to need more penis things in the future, right?
Oh yeah, you just
all
wait.
Sorts of penis maps.
We got to get you guys out of the red waste, and the penises are going to be flying at you guys.
Right.
Every direction. I don't know. It's coming. So you guys are looking. All right, go ahead. I need someone to read this map, and you guys are just talking about penises.
Sorry, we roll out the map, and what Batu seemed to draw for you guys was he was navigating you guys from rock outcropping to rock outcropping and minimizing the amount of time you guys were going to spend with your feet on the floor of the desert. Just so you know, too, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you, Nick, but one of the things that Batu had us do when we left was he told us that minimize our time on the sand. He had us wrap our feet in these cloths, like our feet are completely bound in these heavy cloths, right? And so that when we walked, we minimize the amount of vibration on the ground. He told us to walk very slowly. You notice that the lizard horses that we have very big, wide hooves.
Wait, the cloth.
And he wanted
the cloth stops the. What do you mean? The cloth stops vibrations? Or is it a special cloth?
Well, we would have softer footfalls on the sand.
Okay.
He said that's the secret to navigating the sand without without having to draw these sand creatures that will come and attack you at some point. So navigate from rock to rock, follow his map. It may not be the straightest path out of the waste, but what you did notice was that Mallory walked across the desert, right across the sand to you guys, and he didn't seem to be worried in the least bit about how he was navigating across the sand. So you guys are on the second rock outcropping, Meecho. And there are about 4 more until you get to the edge of the red waste, and then it's a straight shot to Edgewater, where he said that that town is a coastal town where you could potentially catch a boat, which would be the quickest way back to the Citadel, or even points further than that.
Yeah, so I didn't know this was a concern until now. So I came from the desert walking, and now I'm witnessing jumping rock to rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why are you all doing that?
Oh, you talking
What?
doing what?
Yeah, I'm asking Meecho, like, why are you guys moving from rock outcropping to rock outcropping? Why don't we just move in a straight line towards civilization?
Well, because we were told to do this to avoid the sand sharks.
Sand sharks.
Yes.
Wowzers! All right, I
What do you
joined
mean?
them on the I joined them on the rock outcrop.
How long have you been out here?
Quite a few weeks, months, maybe.
And you haven't seen any sand sharks?
Nope, not a one.
Wow. You are a lucky bastard.
Apparently.
Yes. Either that or you're very light.
I'll take your word for it, though, about these sand sharks.
Sand sharks. I think that's what they Glume. Is that what they called? I forgot what they called.
It was sand sharks. Yes, he was very paranoid about them, and you saw it. I mean, I never saw one. You saw
Heck
it.
yeah, I saw it. Yes.
What do you
No,
mean? You've seen one of these.
Yeah, it almost ate the guy who saved my ass.
Wow.
It's a big bastard with teeth, and it's yeah, it was kind of worm-like, right, Chris? It's worm-like.
Well, it was kind of like a rocky looking. It was like a shark thing. You notice that it pushed the ground out in front of it. It would raise the ground out, and it would burst from the ground and attack. But it almost had these rocky protrusions off of its fins and tail, so very much like a contemporary shark, more like a great white size,
as opposed to
and
postmodern sharks.
Well, those postmodern sharks are fucking hipsters. I can't even deal with them. They're like postmodern. I prefer classic sharks. I don't know.
Okay, we'll go with the classic.
What are those? What are those Sharknado things I keep hearing about?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we're doing that. We're and then we have these cloth on our feet, and we're doing. I know you haven't come across anything, but maybe because you're by yourself, is less vibration, or I don't know what it is, but I know he said vibrations cause it, and we're a big party, so I would stick to the rocks.
Yeah, perhaps I've just been incredibly fortunate up until now, so I'll follow your lead, and I'll do the same thing. I'll bandage up my feet.
Okay.
Kind of follow.
So in the saddlebags, he has a lot of these cloths that you just kind of wrap around your boot, and around the bottom of your foot a little bit to give you some cushion. And Glume says, well, maybe the part of the desert that you were in, there weren't as many that inhabited that area. Maybe it was. Did you run into many people?
No, mostly drifters, but very, very few people actually. You're the first real bit of civilization I've come across, and only because you have this tent had I noticed you. Otherwise, I might have just walked right by and never noticed you guys.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
so
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I'm writing down that my vibrobrator is solar powered. Thanks for reminding me, Mark. I don't know what I'd do without Mark.
Mark is he's like the bookkeeper. He's like our Bob Cratchit, I like to think.
He keeps us like right in line. He really does. Thank you, Mark.
He's on top of
so yeah,
check on us during the snowstorm, made sure we were okay. Got chicken soup for Josh.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, so how far to the next rock cropping?
So it's a few hours across the sand to the next outcropping, and the next one is small. The one after that looks to be he drew a larger crop of rock. Almost looks like a little mountain. And then it's 2 small hops to the edge of the desert. So you have 4 hops to make. Like I said, it's maybe a few hours between this one and the next one, and then an hour between that one and the following one. So 3 hours, and you'll be a larger rock, which will be probably close to nightfall, I guess.
Okay.
If we travel well.
3 hours to the. So,
Do you have to do actual jump checks to go from rock to rock?
No, I mean, what it really is using these crops of rock to minimize the exposure on the open desert. So you have like places to camp if you decided to camp, but you don't necessarily have to jump from rock to rock, but you're doing larger jumps, right? You stop for a little bit, you take a break, then you make the trip to the next rock so that you're minimizing that time on the sand. This is the way Batu explained it to him. This is how he gets around. He's saying this is the best way to do it. Doesn't mean that it is the best way, but that's his recommendation.
It's almost like we're using the rocks to relay, like we're using them to camp to catch our breath, so that we can then make the next excursion over to the next rock.
Yep. And the way he kind of explained it was the sharks will pick up those vibrations from far away, and it'll draw them. So minimize your time on the open sand, let things kind of quiet down, and then make your next hop to the next rock. So it's going to make things take a little bit longer for that reason. But
and you said it's daylight.
A survival check to see if I could.
Survival check for what?
Right.
To see if I could like sense if we would be in their territory or anywhere near sand sharks or anything like that. Any kind of beasts that might be native to these areas. I mean, I know that sand sharks would most likely be very hard to spot, right? But any other signs of creatures? Maybe if I get a high enough survival check.
Sure, make a roll. Let's see. And yes, Nick, it is just past midday, so the sun is starting to set now, so it's getting to the cooler part of the day.
Okay, yeah, that's
17.
what I'm looking for.
Okay.
17.
With your 17 survival check,
sorry,
that's
that's
illegal.
song.
At least in the U.S.
She's only 17. What? Yeah, no, that's Van Halen song, isn't it? No,
it is. Yeah, it's also illegal.
Okay,
I'm not trying to slut shame.
Is it? She's only 17.
Actually, I don't think 17 is. No, that's no. Van Halen didn't do that. She's only 17.
God, I heard that song like
80s band.
Isn't that like 80s? Isn't that like Warrant?
Whitesnake?
Is that Warrant?
Warrant or
not
Whitesnake or Skid Row? It's one of those bands. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to.
Really?
No.
Really?
Anyone have Shazam?
No, he had zero interest in her at all. He's only 17. He's all over that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's out there.
There's nothing wrong with 17.
Mark, you're the statistician here. We're playing. Can you look this up on your Google, Mark, for Christ's sake, please?
Yeah, Mark.
Come
on, Mark. Who sang the song? Because we can't be doing this, and it's fucking Nick's fault. So you know, as you glance around and you do your survival check, you see that this part of the desert is even more desolate than the part that you're in. I mean, in the distance, you can see some bones of some kind of large creature. It's too far away to make out what it was. But I mean, really, as you look across the sand, it's completely devoid of any kind of life that you can pick out. So, I mean, if from your point of view, you would think that this is like the Great Barrier Reef of where sand sharks would be, right? Right on the edge of where there's inhabited towns where people might wander in, and maybe where feeding might be the best. But you don't see anything else. I'm still waiting on Mark to answer the goddamn question.
I have a problem.
Are we officially frozen on?
Can I give I have a problem with the survival check. Well,
what's your problem?
I'm not. I don't know if this is out of line, but I'm trying to learn Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games and d20 and stuff.
Okay.
So that survival check doesn't make sense to me because I don't know. This is bad manners. I feel like I'm breaking a unknown rule here. I think I should just go shut up. Forget.
No. I mean, no.
Because
the input is
how is it that he could have noticed anything you just said when he's never even seen a sand shark? He's never come across one. He didn't even know they existed until a minute ago.
So he has not actually said anything about sand shark activity. In fact, he omitted all of that, because the 17 that I got doesn't tell me I'm right or wrong. He's only able to tell me what
Mhm.
17 would have given me as far as information is concerned. He never mentioned anything about Sandshark. So as a player, I have to kind of decide, is that enough information for us to continue to go on, or is that not enough?
So like in other words, your basic survival knowledge of saying, well, if there was such a thing as a sand shark, he probably wouldn't want to be you're in this area here, whereas this area looks good for a sand shark. That makes sense.
Yeah, or he was specifically asking if there was any other life in the area or any kind of creatures that he could tell with his survival check. So tracks, drop-ins,
yeah, like other
things like
signs.
that. And a lot of that
I
could be
got
fed
you.
from and a lot of that could have been fed from his past experience in the desert too, because he has been in the desert for a period of time.
Right.
So
Sure,
he has a
sure.
certain level of knowledge.
Well, I was thinking in terms of the sand shark, but really it's actually purely, it's survival skill, like the ability to take something that's unknown, such as a sand shark, and use his other survival skills to determine, all right, just how dangerous it is where he's standing based on this new knowledge of sand sharks. That makes sense. I'm also asked that question because I want to, like, I'm learning by having another player now that Josh is playing. I'm also learning these things that you could try and ask a GM. Like I never thought to ask for a survival check. That's interesting.
And something to think about too. So also something to think about too is it's kind of like a negotiation in that you can say what you want to do and what skill you want to do, and you lobby for, hey, I want to make a survival check to see if I can track somebody, right? Or I want to make a survival check to see if I can find any plants that could heal somebody, right? You've got to fit things, because there's not a skill that fits into every single niche, right? So sometimes you can have 2 or 3 skills that can do the same thing, and an attribute too you can fall back on, right?
Yeah, because I have survival, and I should have probably
yeah.
asked for that from time to time. I definitely should have made better use of that.
And
survival can keep you fed out in the desert, out in the woods. I mean, you're out of the wilds. If you're away from civilization and you have a high survival score, you can keep yourself fed. If you get high enough, you can keep your party fed.
Yep. So that's the part of it too, And then I have to weigh, like, based on your character's experience, right? Josh's character has been in the desert for a little bit, so his level of what his survival could do with that experience might be different than yours. But day 4 and day 5, your character is learning, and you'll have better opportunities, right, as experience grows.
Right.
So, anyways,
very cool. Sorry for the
aside. So let's say it's maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. The sun is cresting towards the cool side at the optimal time for you guys to travel through the desert.
So you guys want to wait a little bit till it gets a little bit cooler and get going? What do you think?
I think our chances now.
Yeah, let's pack up and let's hit the road, man. I think we got to
go.
Let's get out of here.
I thought maybe you wanted to hang out and talk a little more on the
Glume
tent.
Picks up and starts rolling up carpets and stuff and packing up the mounts.
As we're walking too, I'm trying to keep like an open eye for displacements in the sand. If I see any kind of like sand dunes moving oddly or anything like that, I'm gonna warn the party immediately.
Okay.
So like I'm trying to like do active spot checks kind of in every direction to make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
Okay. So on the rock, you are just standing there looking out while we pack up.
Oh, okay. He's on the lookout while we pack up. Okay, we pack up. I thought you said we were walking. Okay. I pack up too.
Nope. Okay. So we pack up the horses. We're ready to go. By now, it's probably maybe about 5. And like I said, that blazing sun is down, on the red sand is starting to cool. You can feel it releasing the heat of the day. And we take our first step out onto the sand.
Okay.
And we lead the horses, right? We're not riding the horses. We're leading the horses.
What?
Meecho?
Leaving the horses? Why would we?
Are we riding the horses or leading the horses? Leading.
Oh, leading. I'm just plugging in my computer into power. Hang on. Yes, leading.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, riding. Why shouldn't we ride? Hey,
go ahead.
How many horses do we have?
2.
I thought I remember
the band was Winger.
Episodes back that they didn't give Mark. You guys. The band was Winger.
I was closest with Warrant.
Now we need to donate our winger T-shirts.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Well, we
Yeah.
were frozen,
Yeah.
Mark.
Did
because
you describe those?
Sorry. Say again, Joe.
Did you
Josh?
describe those mounts like 2 episodes ago as not being able to take on riders? I thought they were just pack
Oh yeah, they're
animals.
like mules.
They
right?
no,
The
they
pack-
could be ridden.
Oh.
No, they could be ridden, but you notice that Batu did not ride them.
But Batu's
That he used
yellow.
them to mostly carry things.
He was a
Yeah,
big.
well, that
heavy
might
thing
maybe that was
himself.
why too. Yeah.
I'm a big dude too, though. But let's just. I'm just gonna walk
Okay.
with mine. Is it a distance I can make on foot, or am I better
No,
off
it's
on an animal? I
manageable.
don't-
The distances I gave you were assuming that we walk the mounts.
It was walking, right? 3 hours walk, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm all right with walking, unless anyone wants to try riding.
Yeah, I'm kind of screwed because I don't have a mount, so I'll
Yeah.
have to walk.
We'd have to double up on somebody with all the stuff too. So
Yeah, right.
And that's just weird.
it is. Well,
It
yeah.
is
Whoever's
very-
in the back, and it ain't. I'm telling you, you don't want Glume behind you. Just so
No.
you know, you don't want that.
No, you
He's
do not.
weird.
He is very weird,
He's handsy, real handsy.
especially for someone with poisonous skin.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, he's gonna grab you around the waist and put his head on your back. You know, in the small of your back.
All right, now I'm not going to be able
Awkwardly.
to sleep tonight.
And you just hear him go like this.
I like to do. I like to do a. I like to do a. I like to do a spot check right here.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Danger, or is that a survival check?
Okay,
I want to spot danger before it comes.
You want to
I
spot
scan. I
danger?
like to scan.
Make
wanna
a spot
scan-
check for danger.
I'm gonna make a spot check for danger.
All right.
Oh,
make
I
a
already
spot
rolled it.
check for
I
danger.
did a 4 and a 4 and an 11.
Okay, you don't see any danger.
I don't see anything. I see lots of sand. Is
Just
sand
lots
red?
of sand. Yeah.
Okay.
The sand is red. Yeah, it's a deep red. You know, all along the way, and then even the rocks are red or stained red at the base. And let's see, high or low for favorable results.
Who do you want to roll for? It was. Go ahead, Mr. Mallory.
I'm rolling. You telling me?
Oh,
Call it.
so you call it, Mr. Mallory. Go ahead.
Oh, no, he's asking you.
Whomever.
Oh, you asked me?
But either one.
No,
of
I
you.
think he threw it to the room.
Yeah.
All right, so I always
Whoever
go
wants
high.
to, yeah.
All right,
I go high.
high as it is. Yeah, we go high.
All right. So you're leading the horses for the first hour, and you really don't come across anything. It's actually shocking. I mean, not an insect, not any kind of creature. The sand literally looks untouched in places, other than the wind shifting it around. You can see those ripples of the sand. As you guys travel that first hour, and you don't run into really anything at all. Has anybody checked the thing just to see if we're on the air or not?
Yeah, well, I have a bit rate of 3,100 kilobits and a
So
big
weird,
bright green light.
Okay, well that means we're on, I guess.
G-Mark says we're frozen there, but
Yep, I think we're.
You said that
frozen
a while
now.
ago, though. I'm assuming we're back. We were frozen when I plugged my computer into the wall. It was actually dying.
Sorry for the. Okay, so let's say it's maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. The sun is.
Wow, we sound really good.
Yep, that's way behind though. I don't know if this is new or old. I don't know if we're on the air or not.
All right, well, let's not stare at it. Let's just press on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just keep going. All right, so that first hour you guys travel and you don't run into anything. Everything is very calm and quiet, and eerily quiet at times.
perfect.
It's
I mean, that's
perfect.
how we want it. Yeah.
That is how we want it.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. So, Mr. Mallory, you said you were in prison? Yeah,
I was
we're
a
walking.
prisoner.
Oh, you were a prisoner.
Yeah.
And were you a prisoner in Wastelands or like in a town somewhere?
It was more like a facility.
Right.
It was.
Well, what town? I
it-
guess.
it
what I'm
was-
asking.
I don't know the name of it. It's
Oh,
hard
okay.
to describe. It's where I was born.
Oh, very far from here. I take it.
Yes. Many leagues. Many leagues.
It's a facility that you guys called Bravo 279.
That's how I describe it to you. Yeah, Bravo 279.
Bravo 279.
It's something very specific I need to write down because Nick will want me to cite it later on, like it's something.
I'm
I'm
glad to be
sorry.
rid of
I
the
ask a
place.
lot. I ask a lot of questions. 279.
I'm just glad to be rid of the place.
How'd you end up locked up?
I was born into slavery,
Oh,
born into servitude, and spent my formative years figuring out how to escape. Eventually, I grew strong enough to put together a group of like-minded individuals. We formed a coup and tried to overthrow our masters, and we were successful. But not all of us wanted to necessarily leave, so another fight ensued, and it was pretty bloody. Not all of us made it out of there. But I'm
so
very glad to be rid of the place, and I don't want to ever go back.
so you fought to free yourselves, and then you freed yourselves, and then you were going to. There was a fight between you guys about whether or not to stay, and I guess you were beaten up, and then the other whatever side threw you in imprisoned you for not thinking the way they thought.
I I wanted to convince them that they needed to leave along with me, and we all needed to leave together if we were going to survive out here.
Hmm.
But they had some of them thought that they could rebuild what had come before and make it in their own image. But I saw that as just them replicating their own arrogance. And I knew that if we were ever going to find true freedom, it'd be out in the wastelands. However desolate it might be out here, no one out here is telling me how to live my life. And that's true freedom. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. And they just wanted to opt for a different form of slavery, and I just wouldn't have it. So we fought each other some more. It got heated, and a few people died, unfortunately, but I managed to escape with my life. And here I am.
Wow. Yeah, I know much of slavery, but well, I don't know if I wasn't a group of people. I think I was just lucky to have escaped with the help of one kind man who actually lost his life because of it. But slavery seems all too common out here.
So we are like-minded individuals, you and I.
Possibly. Yes.
I think there's no worse crime than trying to force others to do what you think is best.
I agree. Glume, what do you think?
So Glume is up in the front and he's leading the horse, up by himself, and he's
He's by
like, what?
himself.
Yeah, he's up by
Gloom,
himself. You guys are back.
what do you
here.
think?
Mallory's walking next to you as you lead your horse.
Gloom,
and-
were you
and
ever
Gloom
a
is up in
slave?
front.
Glume, were you ever a slave?
I guess in like in what way?
In the slave way? Like just I don't know. You know it if it's happening.
Like nobody ever hit me, or like I never got hit or anything. I never had
Okay.
to push anything. If that's or like nobody made
Well,
me
did
carry
anyone-
stuff.
Well, did anyone ever? Were you ever in a place that against your will, or were you ever living your life for someone else other than yourself?
No,
Against-
no. I mean, Bling never let me live my life for anybody but him. So
Against
No.
your will, that's really the key.
Hmm.
You have to ask Blig more properly. What does Blig want to do with his life?
well,
What
I
does
mean,
Gloom want to do with his life?
Who?
I don't
Were you
know.
talking about, Mr. Mallory? Who's Mr.
He's
Mallory
saying,
talking?
what does Gloom want to do with your life? He's asking these philosophical questions to Gloom, who's just kind of puzzled.
Oh,
by
wait,
the
did you,
idea.
Mr. Mallory? Did you just ask Gloom? Would you ask him? Because I think I'm not sure you're going to get an answer that you're going to enjoy.
Well,
Based on my experience
Well,
with Gloom.
You hit upon a very interesting point, and it's when you had mentioned against your will.
Yes.
And that's the idea is that we have a will, and when we're forced to act against it, that's when we're most enslaved. So you don't
Yes.
have to be in a cage to be enslaved.
So the
You
gloom.
just have to be forced to act on behalf of someone else. I mean, you're just as much a slave, right?
I
agree,
I don't
Mr.
know
Mallory.
any
So
other
we can
way.
gloom to your slavery.
Oh, okay. Well,
I take a sip because I was holding the tea as I was walking. I never put it away. No, I mean, you're one of us. You're a slave, didn't even realize it. You're still wearing that
okay.
bracelet?
Well, yeah, because I got stuff in my apartment, so I want to
Oh.
probably get that out at some point. So it's just.
Oh shit!
Did you leave
Wait a minute.
anything? Yeah. Did you
Was
leave?
do I
in the
need that? Do I
apartment?
need that to get back in my apartment?
Well, yeah, because it opens the door to the apartment. So
Oh shit!
because I got like food there in the fridge that's gonna go bad, and then just
You know what? Fuck it.
if I don't, I can't.
Fuck.
And then
You know what?
I also
Fuck.
I got books. They hold books for me, and at the
No, fuck.
library, and then I need my bullets.
I cast my
So-
possessions aside. They've never done anything for me anyway.
Oh yeah,
Fuck it.
I got. Oh
Yeah, I left my control band back there too. I don't have anything in the fridge.
You sure you're not right? It's going bad in the fridge. I mean, there is some
I'm
stuff
sure
in there.
there's milk that's.
I had
totally
some good
spoiled,
coffee
I
in
guess.
there, and I'm a little upset that it's gone. But I'm sure, I'm a free man. I can go
So
get
where
my
are
own
we
fucking.
going? Where are we going? Are we going to the Citadel? Where are we going?
We're going to a rock cropping, and then we're going to go to the
Okay,
next
no.
rock cropping
I get
with
that.
Mr. Mallory.
I mean,
and the
like
lizard
after that, are we
horses.
going? Yeah, and the
Where's-
lizards
where's
and
the
the
boat?
guy with the poison armpits and Mr.
Yes.
Mallory. Yes, okay. That part I all get.
We're all going to that rock.
Where are we going
That's
after
all I
that,
know.
though? What's the plan?
From there, I'm hoping we can get to the next rock.
Okay.
That's kind of the question too for me, because are we bringing Glume back to his place of residence? Like
Gloom?
Glume's
Oh, he
been-
needs to get.
yeah.
He's got some stuff in the fridge.
I got
He's
stuff
been-
in the fridge. I got laundry that I'm sure I have
He's
to
been
fold.
with you this whole time, right? I like your plan is to go
Yes.
back to the Citadel at this point.
Well, no. Well, I mean, we're taking the river, the directions to the river. We're assuming that we were going to Glendale, but from there,
Yep.
the Citadel is certainly within reach. And someone has, you are into technology, yes, Mr. Mallory? You seem to be. You've
Yes,
taught
of
me.
course.
You've taught me everything that I'm holding, that I have with me, that I knew nothing of. Even Gloom didn't know these things, and I think that you would
I know
really.
stuff.
I know you know
I just
stuff.
don't-
No, I'm just saying technical stuff. I think he'd really.
Okay.
Well, Gloom, what do you think? Don't you think Mr. Mallory would really freak out at the Citadel, like technology wise?
Oh yeah,
There's
I
this-
know. Bling would definitely like to talk to you for sure.
Well, I mean, just that
Well, I'm
major
already
thing.
sold, but I
You
won't
already
be
sold?
someone's lackey. I'm already sold
Yes.
on coming with you to the Citadel because it seems like the most technologically sound location so far that you've spoken about. I'm very curious to see this place myself.
Oh,
But
okay,
meeting
good.
Blade, I mean, that's not exactly on my itinerary. Is meeting
Yeah,
another
me neither.
warlord. I've met a half a dozen warlords already.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I know what you mean, and it's why I ripped my bracelet off. Though I didn't realize I couldn't get in my apartment, but that's neither here nor there. But I think that I was thinking that we'd stop at Glendale first because, first of all, it's kind of on the way.
Okay.
We know our way to the Citadel from Glendale. It's a great town with lots of supplies and perhaps place to rest and to recharge and come up with maybe some. Well, I don't even know how much of a plan we need to come up with, and then we'll go to the Citadel. I'd like to check on my friend Bundy's, who's in a medical facility there. He's possibly
sounds
the
good.
last of my people.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I haven't had a real meal in over a week. I've been eating rations, so
Do you like
Jail.
caviar?
Caviar. What's caviar?
I think it's called caviar. Was that the
Fish
eggs,
egg.
Gloom?
It's eggs. Yeah, it's not. Well,
They were
they're not
eggs?
fish egg. They're like frog eggs.
Eggs.
Frog eggs that came out of that woman's vagine? Those are fish eggs?
It was like a pouch, but yeah,
I thought they were her
no,
eggs.
They were frog eggs because she was
Tell
a
me
frog.
more.
Oh, she was like, is that some sort of serving mechanism?
I don't. Why are you're asking me like I?
It was a
I've never
trick?
been- it was. I don't. It was some kind of discharge. I don't know. You're asking me like I know all these things. I don't know.
you eat them?
I've never been there before.
You were there?
I was there, but I'd never been there before that. What kind of
I know,
weirdo
but
do you
did
think
you eat
I am?
them? I thought you ate them.
I
Well,
did-
anyway,
I-
Mallory,
No,
Mr. Mallory,
I didn't eat them.
they have eggs and crackers, and they have all sorts of. You'll like it.
It's
Well,
a
as long-
decadent. It's a decadent place, but
As long as they're not powdered rations, I'll try anything at this
The-
point.
there are many luxuries in all of these towns. In civilization, as you said, civilization. So we should get there quickly. And as you guys look up, you've reached that small outcropping pretty quickly through all your conversations. And that first leg has been very, very uneventful.
Anybody have the legs for the second outcrop? How far is the second cropping?
The second cropping is 2 hours of the second cropping, which will put you there right about sundown.
Oh,
So we can take a few minutes and catch our breath. And
my
And
legs
give
are
it maybe 10
strong.
to
How are you, Mr. Mallory? How do you feel?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good to continue as well.
Should do survival rolls.
do you want to do survival? Yeah, everybody roll
I
survival.
want to do a survival roll.
And definitely
God damn it.
spot checks too, just to make sure we're not being followed or anything. I thought.
Yep. No. So roll your spot check. What's your survival roll, Nick?
My survival roll was shit. It was 7.
It was a 7. Okay. So you
I step in a
nothing
pothole.
really jumps out at you that gets your attention really.
Okay, so survival, I got
My s-
16.
Okay.
Spot, I got 12.
12. All right. So
my
you
spot is 17.
once again, you guys are scanning around. Glume is also scanning around. The three of you don't really seem to be alarmed as you guys are preparing to step out onto the sand the second time.
Okay.
And
say we
you
Boys,
okay. Let's get there. If we get there, we'll be halfway to Edgewater. It's perfect. More than halfway, actually.
yeah, let's get our asses over there, man. I want to take Mr.
Okay.
Mallory to Z13.
Okay. You got a one-track mind, man.
Sweet.
What if there's an A12 and it's better? I don't even know.
Well, we're gonna check with Zars first.
So
I gotta learn more about this caviar delivery system you were talking about.
Yes, it's highly interesting to say the least.
Most.
There is a warlord there, though, but you could ignore him. I mean, you could just play along.
I'm
He's
not gonna
he's
end up-
harmless.
We're not gonna end up under someone's thumb, are we?
No. No, he's
All right.
just. We could just buy stuff from him, or he's cool.
Okay.
We owe him nothing.
Okay.
All
That's
right. High or low for favorable results?
You go this time, Mr. Mallory.
good. We want the highs.
All right. So you guys are crossing the open desert again, and it really is just desolate. You don't see anybody or anything. I said no bugs, no birds, no clouds, just the wind blowing the sand up against you and the heat beating down on you, even in the late parts of the day. And the red sand seems to hold the heat and really heat things up and hold on to it, so you can feel it emanating from underneath you, even through the thick wrappings of bandages on your feet as you guys. And you also notice the bandages kind of help you guys on the sand too, traverse some of these deeper dunes. And as the sun is just about to crest the horizon, you can see in the distance this huge, well, not huge, a larger outcropping of rock, more like a mountain, maybe 60 to 70 feet up, of stone. And as the stone goes further up, it goes from like a red to a yellow to a brownish looking color, almost like the red sands have stained it. And you can also see, there are some areas in the mountains that could be like caverns and things like that. As you guys reach the lip of it, what do you do?
So there's caverns inside. So, like in other words, like the little caves, the little openings that we could go into.
Looks like there could be some areas, some nooks and crannies up in the rocks where there could be caverns and things like that.
Should we camp
Does
on
it
the
look
high
like an
ground?
airy?
Well, it has a top, a significant top that you can get to that would give you a pretty good view of the desert if you could get to the top of it. An airy being like what, like an eagle's nest, like an airy, like
Yeah.
like a nest-like area. I mean, there's an area at the top that is like almost kind of plateauish that you could potentially climb to with the appropriate climbing and survival checks, and get a very good view of the desert from up there, and maybe like I said, a significant view across the dunes to maybe where you're headed or in most directions.
How tall is it?
Like I said, about 60 to 70 foot climb up.
Okay, so that's not bad. That's not that bad.
It's not terrible, and it's not super. Some of it is traversable by foot. Some of it you would have to climb with hands and feet. But because of the type of rock that we're talking about, it doesn't look like it would be that hard to get up that way.
Mr. Mallory, I see you looking up top there. What are you thinking?
I mean, the holes in that area are a bit suspicious. They could maybe hold nocturnal life. And what time of day is it right now?
You're probably right about 6-ish, 7-ish. The sun is kind of starting to, like I said, set. So it's the later part of the day.
Okay, it's the later part of the day, so the sun is starting to set,
Yes.
right? Okay, so yeah, if there are nocturnal creatures living in those caves, they'd be coming out of there soon.
Yep, and your survival checks would tell you that most things in the desert are nocturnal. I mean, we're traveling in the early parts of the day and the late parts of the day where we're not in the heat. Not a lot at night. I don't think that tends to be probably pretty risky for every reason that we just talked about.
So I mean, it seems like it's a bit attractive, but chances are it's inhabited, and we might want to steer clear of it altogether and just continue on to our journey.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sleep here. I thought maybe we'd eat something here, but you think something's going to come climbing out of there. Are there a series of outcroppings like that? And is this a cluster or is this just one singular silo?
No, I would say it's a cluster. You have several different outcroppings. Some of them
Do
are
they all have
lower.
these holes? Do they all have these holes?
You could see that they would have nooks and crannies in there where you could have a cave system in this particular piece of stone.
I see. Well, Glume, how do you feel walking wise? Can you? I mean, we've walked now, 5 hours? Should we stop and eat something, or should we just press on? We could eat and walk, right?
We could eat and walk.
Glume gets Mallory, Mr. Mallory. Glume gets very cranky if he doesn't eat.
Yeah, I got to eat all the time. He's actually eating some nuts from he pulls a bag off of the lizard, and it's like a bag of like nuts and figs, and he's throwing them into his mouth, and he's like, well, I don't like the desert. I think we should get the hell out of here. But I mean, if you guys think there's something here you want to check out, or I mean, this place seems nice. I mean, there's shade. We could go on the other side of this thing. We can get shade, and we could probably camp here. I mean, it's bigger than the other ones. Be a lot more comfortable. But I mean, I'm all for pressing on. I don't know.
I think we should rest during the day and move at night.
Okay. I mean, sounds good to me. I feel better at night. I feel like I'm like hidden at night.
No, but night's coming on us right now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes. So maybe we should move on.
Pretty quickly, you can see that, like, literally watch the sun starting to set. Like, like in Dracula when they're trying to race back to the castle in Transylvania and the fucking sun is going down like this.
I'm okay to move on too.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so you take the rudimentary 15 20 minutes on the rock outcropping, and then you guys step back out onto the sand, and it's only about an hour to the next outcropping, which looks a lot smaller. And then it's 2 more hops after that to get to Edgewater. Okay. So you step out on the sand, you begin to walk again, and like I said, Glume is in the lead, and he's scanning back and forth, and leading his horse, and you guys are kind of following behind him. High or low for favorable results?
High.
Your turn.
Okay. So you guys are walking along for a period of time. Both of you give me a spot roll, please. You're walking for maybe about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. The sun is mostly gone at this point. You can just see the last rays coming up over the horizon.
I rolled a 25.
A 25. Okay, that's a pretty good
Well,
spot.
I'm a +7. I rolled an 18.
Beautiful, dude. I did not get 25.
Okay.
That's for sure. I got 13. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna look up Glume spot check just for the heck of it, because you usually ask me to look that up. Okay. I'm gonna wait for him for a minute, but so hey dude, if this isn't on, are we recording this locally there, dude? Just in case we don't get it on the website, because I don't know if we got it for sure, dude.
What do you mean?
Hold on, let's see where the stream is.
That's on the stream's going. Yeah, the stream's going. The stream's fine.
Okay, so
When we had
minimally,
a
we don't
stream
have the
problem,
video, but we have the audio, maybe not the video. So that's
why
fine.
not? Why not the video? Why are you saying that?
Video's
I'm looking at-
frozen.
You guys are crossing the open desert again, and it really is just desolate. You don't see anybody or anything. Except no bugs, no birds, no clouds. Just the wind blowing the sand up against you and the heat beating down on you, even in the late parts of the day. And the
Sounds
red
good.
sand
Sounds really good, actually.
heat and
Yeah, but when you say the video is gone,
So the video is frozen. That's what the video is. But don't mess with it, because we're at least getting the audio. But the video is frozen. You see?
that's weird.
We're not moving.
Because I see it moving
But
in the
I'm
stream.
asking Mark. Mark hears us. He hears us, but he doesn't see us.
You're recording with
Really?
ODB, right?
more like a mountain, maybe.
So
'Cause
there's a
it-
lag. There's a lag there, but at least we'll have the audio from Twitch. That's my biggest concern, is that we're going to have something to rip the audio off of.
If you're recording with OBS
Right.
too, you should have a clean video. Like it
Are
should
you
have.
I'm not recording with ODS. I
Oh,
my
you're not?
I try. I only have one. I only have one computer going,
Okay.
and they were already saying that the bit rate was dropping, so I just stopped doing everything on this computer.
That's fine. As long as we get the audio file, that's what I'm concerned about. That we have a
3 megabits per second should be getting video,
you would think.
and I'm
so,
seeing
yeah.
video. I see you guys moving. There's like no lag. It looks great here.
I mean, our phone call is going fantastic. We have no lag. Like, there's not even a bit of lag. We can follow each other this time.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is great.
It's weird.
It's just as long as we get the audio somewhere, or else I would have
I'm
plugged
hoping it's just your phone. I'm hoping it's just your phone.
I hope so too. Hopefully, we'll have to check it out. So, anyways, so as you guys are walking along, Meecho hears from behind you guys, off in the distance from where you came, some like clicking noises and like some low growls. And Glume actually stops for a minute and he turns up ahead. Mallory, you don't really hear anything at all, but you see these two guys react to something coming from behind you guys, and you can hear, like I said, Meecho, you can hear the echo coming across the desert of these clicks, very low, almost like the wind carried it.
What's wrong, guys?
I hear something. Gloom, you heard it too?
Yeah.
Can I do a listen check?
Make another check, yeah.
A listen this time instead of a spot.
Okay.
Oh, 9.
No, you still don't hear anything. Meecho and Glume hear again another set of clicks, and this time coming from maybe different directions, not necessarily from behind, but peripherally to the left and the right clicks, almost like an answer to the first set of clicks that you heard.
So it's all sand and like what's around us?
Nothing but sand.
Nothing but sand.
Yep. And it's actually thick sand, so it's not something that you can run easily, and especially with your feet bound up the way they are too. So
I stop and kind of take a knee, and I pull out my charge pistol.
okay, yeah. Glume also pulled his rifle off of its back, and he wheeled the horse around, and he's kind of looking back in the direction that you guys came from.
Okay, having seen them do this, then I pull out my long slide hardballer.
Okay. pulls out a very large automatic handgun, 45 looking thing.
Okay. All right. Glume, you're the one with the scope. You see anything?
He pulls it up to his eye. He starts training me around the desert. He's like, I don't see anything out there, but I definitely heard something. A couple of somethings.
Let's see. I don't have his goggles.
So
I don't
you've heard something,
I
but
have
we can't see
binoculars.
anything yet.
No.
And it's also getting darker, so it's getting harder and harder to see anyways.
So I pull out my Geiger counter / chemical sniffer,
Okay.
and I start scanning around. Do I detect any anomalous readings?
All right. So behind you, you see Mallory reaches into his pack and he pulls a square box out. Actually, 2 square boxes. One's more rectangular and one's more square. And he starts turning them on and he's whipping around feverishly in every direction. Make a reading roll, whatever you would do to read those devices. I mean, it's a pretty low. It's probably like a.
The Geiger counter will really just help me know if there's radiation sources nearby.
So the Geiger counter is dead. You don't really pick up anything off of that. Maybe a low residual radiation, but it's not something unusual that you've detected that level of radiation throughout the entire wasteland. So that's nothing unusual there. The chemical sniffer.
Yeah, I guess not either. Unless it's detecting any kind of real pollutants in the air, it's not really going to help.
Yeah, or maybe something that exuded some kind of pheromone or something else. You might be able to pick something up, but nothing irregular comes up on either one of your scans.
Okay. So I put that away. Do you guys want to do another spot? Because I'm at the point now where I could try to use some nanotech to try to take a look around, but I don't know how necessary it is. If we could just pass the spot, maybe we can see these guys coming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could. I'll roll another spot. Can I roll another spot?
We'll both roll another spot.
I'll roll one too.
Have everybody do it.
I rolled a 1, but +7's an 8.
Now roll your 1 again.
No, 7 is a 14.
Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, you still nobody can really pick up anything visually, right? We only heard the clicks and we heard them from a distance, but nobody can pick anything up visually.
Fuck, I don't like this gloom. I don't like when I can't see you. I can hear things that I can't see them.
All right, so what are we doing? Are we going to push through? We want to get to the
Are
rock.
we surround? Well, listen, we heard it. Did it sound like 2 specific things from 2 specific directions, or did we not able to tell that?
It sounded like 3 series of clicks is from 3 different directions.
Any of them in the direction we were heading previously?
No. Everything is from behind you and behind you to the left and behind you to the right.
Okay. Can you guys take point around me? I'm going to try something.
Okay. So Glume
So I position myself.
He does like Overwatch over the top of you, or something.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use 2 nano units. I have a DC of 5. I'm going to try to utilize topographical imaging.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do my roll.
Do your roll.
So I'll start with a concentration check. I have to hit a DC of 10. I have a 10, so I really just have to roll to pass it, and I pass it.
Okay.
Now I'll do the nanotech control roll. So that's 1d20 plus my base attack plus wisdom plus 5, and then the DC is 5. So I hit a 9, that passes, so I'm able to cast it. Okay.
All right. So you activate. So you start to see some glowing around him start to pick up, and then like a pulse, and it pulses off of him into the air, and kind of flies out around you guys. Now, do you need to make a roll for a successful reading, or is that just mean I'm good?
It's already successful. So
and what's the range on that?
So here's the power, how it was written. So the character sees a real-time map of the surrounding area for 1 round, giving him valuable tactical data as well as a +2 circumstance bonus on all survival and navigate checks made in the area. Other bonuses may well apply depending on the circumstance bonuses. See rules for enhancing game mechanics. So I'm not using drones. I'm not sending out drones to like get a kind of a scan of the topographical area because we can't see anything. So that's not my idea right now. My idea is it seems like we're probably in the middle of an imminent attack. So I want to get a topographical readout of the general area we're in so it can give us a tactical advantage if that's the case.
Okay.
So all I want is
Because
really
you can't pick up life forms, you can't see any of that stuff, but you can pick up the terrain and the geography.
if there's obvious life form on that terrain, I should be able to see the life form too, because that would inform my tactics, right?
It would. Here's what I would ask you to do. So I'll give you a topographical map. This is the negotiation, Nick. Just so you know.
This is fucking wild,
because
by
it's
the
all a
way.
negotiation.
This is fucking
So,
wild.
so I'm going to give you a topographical map to describe it. But for anything more detailed, I'm going to need some kind of advanced nanotech roll to determine any more detail about
Okay, so
something beyond just, like I said, the terrain itself.
I'll use my craft nanotech then to try to enhance the image.
Okay, so first let me give you the overall image. So you can see that behind you, maybe about 45 minutes, is the other outcropping of rock, and you can see the shape of it. In every other direction outside of that, you see dunes. Now, the dune that you guys are on is a much more level dune, so it kind of makes sense to you maybe why Batu might have guided them this way, because there aren't as many hills and it's more level. But oh shit, sorry.
Yeah, if you guys are freaking whacking stuff.
But to
Is
the
that
left
you?
of you is it, yeah, it was me hitting my microphone out of the way. So, but to the left of you guys, it pitches down, and it goes down into more like a lower level dune that's all uphill. And above you, it goes up and it crests and it goes down again. So you're almost on this very level dune that goes across, right? And you can see the rock up ahead of you that's maybe about 15 minutes walking ahead of you. That's very small. And then you can see the edge of the one in front of that. Now make your nanotech roll. So you kind of get this idea that you guys are up on this higher dune that's very level. On either side of you, the dunes are lower, which might explain why you're hearing things and not seeing things.
But
It's not like it's a straight level desert.
There is kind of a blind spot though, right? With the higher dunes.
Yes, yeah. That would be your issue, would be if something were coming up from either side of you, you really wouldn't know directly. If it was coming from behind you, yes, you would see it. Plus,
So
it's not.
I rolled 25 for craft nanotech.
25.
So
Okay.
I'm just trying to enhance the image to see if I can spot any intruders close by.
So you can, on both sides of the lower and the higher side of your dune that you're on, you can detect some things coming up. You can't make out their exact form, but you can detect the movement of them, almost like a disturbance on your topographical map that the nanites fed you.
So I immediately pointed out to Glume and Meecho that we're being surrounded.
We're being flanked on the left and the right.
Being flanked, yeah.
Okay. And they are moving steadily, but slowly and cautiously. So
what's ahead? You had mentioned there's a dune ahead that we could perhaps reach.
The outcropping of rock is about 15 minutes walk. You guys could try to run or do something else, and close the distance on that time. But
I think we need to do that.
Okay. And you could tell from their path that they are trying to intercept you before you get there. Okay. So within the next maybe 5 minutes.
We need to run.
Mallory, I don't like the look on your face. What do you see there? What's going on? Why are you looking like that?
Meecho, we're being flanked from the left and the right. I think our only hope is to reach the next rock as fast as we can. I think we need to grab our gear and double time it to that rock outcropping before they intercept us.
I don't say anything. I just look at Glume.
All right, so let's ride. Let's go. We're gonna ride. We're gonna run. Are we running?
I start running. I grab my
He runs.
All right.
I follow him.
So Glume slings his rifle and starts running. All right. So we're running. We're pulling the horses. The horses are running. It's going to probably take us about 8 minutes to get to the rock now, which is much faster. Now, does your topographical map, does it stay up the entire time, or is it a moment in time?
I said one round. So what's a round?
It's one round, exactly. So it's like it appears and it's gone now. It should be gone.
Gotcha. So you kind of shoot the nanites out and then you suck them back and they feed you the information. Okay. Yeah. So we take off at a run and we start moving. And we make it to the edge of the rock, and the sun is now completely gone. And then as we're getting closer, you can hear the clicks more and more, and even Mallory, you can hear the clicks more and more now. They're more audible and way closer. And so now we're on the rock, looking out into the pitch black night. Now the stars light everything up a lot more, obviously, in the desert than they normally would, but it's still really quite dark.
How long until we reach the rock?
So we made it to the rock, and we're on the rock now, at least.
Is this climbable height, or do I see these holes? I mean, look up at the top. Are the same holes there or anything like that? Or
no, there's no caves or anything on this rock. It's more like it's climbable. I mean, it's maybe 6 to 8 feet high of rock and elevation is the most that you can get on this particular one.
All right, I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna see if I get the top of that.
Yeah,
for a better vantage point.
And I got like my gun out, and I'm scanning the horizon, trying to make sure we don't get surprised.
All right. So, what do you guys do with the horses? Are you just climbing up by yourself, Meecho and Mallory?
I lead them well, it's the cropping of rocks, right? So I bring the horses into the center of these rock cropping, and then I just go up one of the rocks.
Okay. So you climb up the top of it. Okay, Mallory, what do you do?
If someone needs help from me to lead a horse, I'll help them out. But otherwise, I'll just make it to the top of a rock as fast as I can.
All right. And Glume kind of bangs something into the rock and ties the horses to it, and he climbs up on the rock too, and he's looking around with his scope.
There's only 2 mounts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on top of the rock, and looking around. The desert starts to cool off dramatically at night. Actually, it gets really quite cold where you have to cover up. And there's not a cloud in the sky. And the stars seem to light stuff up. Who has night vision and who doesn't have night vision equipment?
I don't. I have goggles, but I think they're just UV type things.
Okay. So Glume's scope is a starlight scope, which does some help with it, but it doesn't. It's not like a thermographic, so it can't see in the dark completely. It needs some kind of ambient light.
I also have the pair of binos. Did they have? I don't remember if they had.
I don't think they did. No,
they didn't have pure night vision, but I thought they had some sort of. No, that was when I borrowed Glume's goggles. Glume also has goggles that have some of that light gathering.
Yep. So he has starlight goggles.
Not as powerful. It's starlight goggles, but not as powerful as the scope, if I remember correctly.
All right. So you're at the top of the rock. It's cooling off. The wind is blowing.
I pull out a flashlight.
Okay.
Kind of, illuminate the way while I'm holding my weapon.
Okay. So you're looking around with your pistol, and you got the flashlight to the right of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And you're shining it out into the darkness. All right. Everybody make another spot check.
20.
Come on, baby. 20.
All right.
220.
So 20 totals for both of you guys?
Yeah, 16 plus 4.
All right. So you're once again, you're shining it around. You don't see anything significant that you can pick out. But every now and then you can hear those clicks, like a low growl, and then almost like a leather tongue clicking, if you were to think of it that way, like. And then an answer from the opposite side of the rock.
I think we might be safe up here. It seems like if they could have attacked us, they would have by now.
I don't know.
We've been on this rock now for
my gauntlet on.
minutes. Like, how long have we been on this rock now? A couple of minutes?
Yeah. I mean, you guys have been, maybe 10 minutes. Settled in 15 minutes.
That's good for me to know, too, because I'm recuperating my nano points with every 10 minutes, right? So every 10 minutes, I get 1 point back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be asking you that a lot, how much time has passed by. But yeah, Meecho, if they could attack, they would have by now, most likely.
They were that
we're just
close?
sitting here now, right?
They sound close.
I do a listen check. Do they sound close?
Go ahead.
11.
Yeah, I mean, they sound pretty close.
Yeah, it feels like they're right on us. And these rocks are probably the only things keeping us alive right now.
Okay, I check the horses. I look down at the horses, make sure they're still there.
They seem like nervous, like you get that whinnying, like picture it more like a hissing though, because they're like lizard horses. But they seem nervous, like they can sense a predator nearby, like you can see them uncomfortable being down there.
Right.
But
I,
other than that, they seem fine.
I'm just gonna put my gauntlet on just so it's on. I don't know if I had it on.
Okay. Yeah, I would think you would have that on all the time, but okay.
Yeah, I think let's just assume that going forward.
Yeah, I would assume that too. Yeah.
Okay, good. Gloom, do you see anything? He's got the night vision, so at least the closest we have to night vision.
He's scanning around, and then you see him turn the rifle to the left side again, to the higher side that kind of dips down. The right side goes just low; it gets lower. The other side kind of almost goes over the top of a dune and goes down, Mallory. And you see him turn that way, and he's like, "I thought I saw something over that way for a minute. Do you guys want me to go out there?
What?
Huh?
No.
You want to go out there?
No, I could.
No, don't go
You want me to go out there?
No, don't go out
Okay.
there.
No, I don't think
Okay.
that's a good idea at all.
Okay.
I think we should sit here. Wait, how far are we? Like yelling this to each other across the tops of these rocks?
No, you guys found a nice
We're all
little perch point that has like some nice cover, and you guys are looking in different directions at the
From the
top of
same-
this, maybe like I said,
from the
8-foot
large rock.
cropping of rock. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you're kind of whispering back and forth and looking in different directions, almost in this really paranoid way, because you're hearing it, and you're hearing it just coming from everywhere, but you can't really see anything.
This might be
So
I
so Mark is dropping
Something
affiliate
tells
links
me-
in the chat.
Oh Jesus!
Dollar
Dollar
only
Tree.
I'm just kidding.
Classic.
I can't click on
He
that
is
mark.
dropping
We're
affiliate
gonna lose all the video if I click that link. I'm not clicking anything. There's something really going
I'm
on.
clicking. It's a
There's
deal
not a-
at the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree is
Tree.
selling
Dollar Tree.
role playing. Yeah, role playing. 7 counts of dice, different colors.
There's not enough X's in that URL, Mark.
You know what it is.
More X's in your URL.
We're boring Mark to the point where he's fucking shopping during this. He's looking
I
for
don't think
last
so.
minute Christmas
I hope
gifts.
not.
Christmas gifts.
For the role
Anyway.
player in your family.
For the role player in your family. That makes it.
Um,
Listen, a set of dice is a great stocking stuff.
It feels like these creatures, whatever they are, they might be underground. That might be why my topographical imaging didn't pick them up. That might be
Is this-
why we fail to see them over and over again. Like we've
Is
got
this
some
why-
decent
is-
rolls, and we're in the desert. There's no obstructions here. We should be able to see a dog running a mile away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're not seeing
Yeah.
anything. So I feel like these things, whatever these land sharks we were talking about earlier, this could be it, because
Is any of this
we
talk?
don't see them.
Is any of this game talk, or is this all table talk?
I'm talking to Meecho.
Oh, okay.
So like you described sad sharks to me earlier. We've done a bunch of spots now. We've tried to spot the horizon, see if we can spot these enemies. I've used topographical imaging. We haven't seen shit. Right?
Yeah.
So
No, it's weird.
my feeling
Well,
is
you saw disruption. You saw things on the surface. You couldn't make out the shapes, but you saw things on the surface.
okay.
They were moving very cautiously though, and in a very tactical way.
Would you
a
say
Are
they
they
were
either
organized way.
underground or they're like camouflaged or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
Something.
How many shapes do you think I saw? Would you say?
Would you roll 25? You saw about 8 different shapes.
Large, medium, small?
I would say they were medium large. I would say they were bigger than an average human, but you could ascertain that they were on all fours for sure.
Okay.
And they were maybe 8 feet, probably about 8 feet long each.
Okay. So
Um,
I tell this to Meecho that this is what I saw on my topography, and like the fact that we can't spot this on the horizon. I mean, they have to be somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So,
They sound really close. We can't see them at all. And you're telling me you saw 8 of them. Uh, I
don't
don't
think we
know.
should
I
move
think we
from
have to.
here
I don't
until
think we should
this
move. Yeah, no, we got to stay here.
until this goes away.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even then, I don't know if we'll be safe. Like they could, if they're intelligent, they could quiet down just to try to trick us.
Well, way to not make me paranoid, bro. Says
I mean, really.
Says Bloom from behind you. I mean,
I mean, let's hope
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
not
really.
intelligent, whatever the fuck they are, right?
Well, they're intelligent enough to kind of come at us from both sides. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
could
and
still.
and it sounds like they're talking to each other.
Ooh.
So they're coordinating something. So what is it? A matter of time? What do we have on us?
I don't know.
What kind of stuff do you have,
I look
Mallory?
back down. I look back down at the horses. I have a bad feeling about these horses.
Yeah, they're
Are there still 2 of them there?
there's still 2 of them there, and they're making some. Like I said, they seem nervous, but they're
Can we get the
holding
horses
it
up
down.
here? Is there a way
No,
to get
there's
the
no way
horses
you
up
you
on the
you
rock?
can't get the horses up where you guys are.
Okay, I don't know. I thought I'd ask.
I have my mace. I have my long slide. I have my meager equipment. But
Do you have anything that blows up? We need something that blows up. I like to blow. Let's blow these fucking things up.
Well, how do we blow up something you can't see? We don't even
I don't
what
know. I don't know. I'm just saying if we get them close to it, let's blow the fucking thing up. I don't know.
Anyone
I
have
don't
a
have
flare?
anything.
Does anyone have like some
I
sort
think-
of flare that we could light up the sky with?
So I have some chemical light sticks.
Okay.
They're not flares. They're used to kind of just create illumination. Like you crack them and you throw them in caves to like put illumination into caves that might not have any.
Well, we need like, maybe like 30, 40 feet illumination.
Yeah.
Can't do anything? No,
Well-
right?
No, it's not going to do something like that.
Should we wait for daylight? Maybe we just wait for daylight. Though I'd
We're
rather
gonna
not
dig in and wait
travel
for daylight?
in the light. I'd rather not wait for daylight, but maybe look, we did 2. How many outcroppings did we hit? 2? This is the third one? We made it to the
This
third
is
one,
the
didn't we?
third one. Yeah. Yeah. So you got 2
Listen,
more to go.
we got to the third one. Maybe we just, keep watch on the horses, take turns, keep watches on the horses, and just, I don't know, charge up and wait for the sun to come up, and we could see. At least if they're still here, the bastards, we could see them, and if we could see it, we could kill it.
Maybe they'll be easier to spot during the daytime.
Yeah. All right. Who wants tea?
Haha,
Tea.
tea.
How can you think about tea?
I don't. Well, what am I going to
I
do?
don't- Is it
Crack open another dusty
Smoke them if
MRE.
you got them.
Yeah, smoke him if you got him, exactly.
All
right, so
I
who-
need a restroom break, guys.
I actually do too, really quickly. I'm going to
That's
the
good.
well.
Pretty
Going to the
unprofessional. You're
well.
good. All right. You know what?
Yeah.
All right,
I'll let
Josh,
you
you're
take it
live.
over.
It's your show.
Josh,
Okay.
you got it. Yeah, you got to fill.
It's the Josh Show. All right, I got nothing.
It's your big moment, Josh.
It's
Fill
my
the
big
time.
debut, and I'm going to fill the time with nothing. This is the Josh Drinks Show. So, G-Mark, better break out the climbing gloves. You're damn right. So, G-Mark, who do you think is going to die first? Me, Glume, or Meecho? Come on, you have to guess. Don't be shy. Who's going to die first? Or is it going to be a total TPK? Total party kill? No? Yeah? So I picked up this little beauty. This is The Lights on Quest's Mountain. For anyone who might not know what this is Gamble World related material. This is the Endless Quest book series, Dungeons and Dragons, TSR. I think the year is 1980. See what the year on this book is. I got by Mary L. Kirchhoff and James M. Ward. Trying to find the date on this sucker.
What is that? A choose your own adventure?
Yes, 1983.
What
The
are we doing
only the only Gamma World related choose your own adventure they ever did from this series.
Light on Guests Mountain? Quest Mountain.
Quest, yeah, and it's actually written by Mary L. Kirchhoff and James Ward.
And James Ward is the Gamma World guy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So they made 12 of these, and the 12th one is the only one that's based on Gamma World. So like they
That's pretty
based it
cool.
like the original source material.
They actually reprinted a bunch of those original ones, and I bought 2 of them for my son to
Yeah.
read. I don't know if you ever read them, but I used to love
Oh,
those Choose Your Own Adventures.
So did I, and that's really why I picked this up, because I'm a big fan of Choose Your Own Adventures too. But the fact that they made a Gamma World one, I couldn't not have it.
Yeah.
You know, so I started going through this one, and it already killed me twice. So I love these for that, and my kids are gonna love them too. Because I remember as a kid, holy crap, a Choose Your Own Adventure story was just that's next level entertainment, right?
It was because it was like playing DD without a GM. You know, it
Yeah.
was all built in, and you could do whatever you want, and you could double back and you know, hey, what happens if I go the other way? It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I even have some more complicated ones. Like this one is Freeway Fighter. Okay, so it's post-apocalyptic kind of Mad Max type.
Yeah, Car Wars.
Car Wars, exactly. It's by E. Livingston. I don't know if you know E. Livingston, but he wrote a lot of those choose your own adventure stories, right? What's cool about this one is not only do you have a character sheet for your character that you have to kind of maintain while you're playing, but your car has a character sheet too, and you have to maintain its ammo and shit.
Nice, that's cool.
So that's pretty cool. So you're like a desert
pretty
wasteland wanderer. It's like D&D without the GM, right?
Yeah.
Where you could do this by yourself, and it's a lot of fun. It's short, but it's hours of entertainment, you know, and all you need is a pencil and an eraser.
Yeah, I've been playing what's it called with my kids, Adventure Maximus, which is like a entry level, like you get a card with like a dwarven fighter and it's already built and you can play them. And then I pick cards for like the villains, but they have all these different villains.
Cool.
And it's kind of
Very
like
cool.
entry level role playing for the kids, so we play a few times. And there's also some modern ones too.
Hasbro recently redid their Hero Quest game.
Oh,
So
okay.
Hero Quest got a huge Kickstarter. They redid the whole game, new pieces and
Nice.
everything, and now they're going to be re-releasing it to the public.
I was
so-
looking at that game 2 years ago because of
Yeah,
looking
so-
for an entry level.
It
That's
sucks.
great news.
If you had gone in during the Kickstarter, you could have gone in for like a Kickstarter price.
Yeah.
But now that the Kickstarter is over, and I only found out too when the Kickstarter was over, now we're gonna pay like $200 for that stupid box. It's gonna be
Yeah. And you
yeah.
get all the and you'll get extra
really
shit
expensive.
in the Kickstarter too that you won't get, like you might not
Absolutely.
ever get. Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna wait to see if maybe a copy of it might land at my local hobby store. But buying it online, you're gonna pay top dollar for it. That's the only thing that sucks about that.
Yeah.
I still have my old copy of Heroes Quest lying around too, right? So I'm not about to spend $200 on a new version of the game. Like it's the same game, right? It's just
Yeah.
with updated pieces and everything. So it's cool, but like I still have the game already if I wanted to play. So
See, the weird part I have, like, I would love to rebuy Keep on the Borderlands and Expedition to the Barrier Peaks and those nice hardcovers, but they're so expensive, dude. When I was a kid, my price point was $20 a book. And now the price point seems like it's more like $50 a book.
God, sometimes it can go up to 75,
it's
shipping and all that. Like
so I just hang off the Trove a lot. And dude, you want to talk about cool things in Hasbro? On the Trove, I found a G.I. Joe role-playing game. I think they have a Thundercats role-playing game. Like they have.
Yeah.
I even think there's a Transformers role-playing game.
Oh, there's a company out there that was extremely prolific when D20 Modern was kind of a thing. And he created a D20 Modern version of Aliens, Terminator, Doctor Who, all these like great sci-fi shows and movies. This guy created the rules for it. And you can find all that stuff on the Trove now. Like he's got his own little section, like just all of his offshoots that he created are all in a little folder. And so if you wanted, I'm playing a Gamma World game where basically my players are going through the robot uprising. So I needed stat blocks for my T800s, my HK hunter killers, you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
and I was able to find all those rules because this one guy figured all that stuff out 20 years ago and wrote it down on paper.
Yeah.
He
So, and
wrote
the
down
Terminator robots would seem like they were perfect. You get infiltrators, you get all kinds of different
exactly.
droids
Yeah.
to use. Yeah, that would be cool.
And
Yeah.
he has their monster manual like this thick, with all the Terminator creatures, if you will.
That's
All
pretty
the
cool.
stat blocks written out. Like, dude, it's perfect for Gamma World, right?
Yeah.
So
All right.
Cool.
So,
So we're on the rocks.
yep, you're on the rocks. Love on the
sipping tea.
rocks. Sorry, I'm sipping tea. Who's sleeping first?
eating MREs.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Little snap rhyme. Just lean into it.
Who's sleeping first? I don't care.
I'll take first watch.
Little Neil Diamond.
Okay.
All right. So you guys want to shoot for
I'll
it?
take second watch, I guess. I'll take second watch.
All right. Glume is hard to wake up, so maybe he'll take first watch. Did somebody else say they take first watch?
I'll take first
Mr.
watch.
Mallory,
Okay, you
you
take
offered
first
first.
watch. All right. So then I guess he's got the third
I was
watch.
thinking, right, Gloom sleeps the most that way.
But if Glume prefers taking the first watch, I'll take the third watch. I'm not picking.
Only because he's hard to wake up.
That's okay then.
Okay.
You know what? Gloom, take the first watch, man. There's going to be no waking
All right.
you
I'm
up.
going to take. You know what? You know what? I'm going to take the first watch.
Yeah, take the fucking first watch.
All right. So you guys settle in, and like I said, through the night you hear the communications coming, and they come
It
from
doesn't
all
stop.
around you. So sometimes you start to drift off, and you could hear, and then you hear the answer back from the other side again. And you manage to drift off and kind of fitfully sleep the first watch, and then you're dreaming, and you get an elbow in you, and Gloom goes, "Psst, Meecho, it's your watch."
Okay, so I rub my eyes. You got those starlight goggles I could borrow?
Yeah, here. He just shoves them in your face.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have any calf? Do we have any calf?
I think I got a pack of something instant. So here he hands you a pouch of some of that instant calf that you just drop in some liquid and it heats up automatically.
Did I miss anything? Anything going on? Anything that you're still hearing those things?
Well, the wind was blowing from east to west, and then it started blowing from west to east for a while. But I still hear them out there. The horses are unsteady.
The horses are okay. All
Excuse
right.
me.
So I'll go.
But they've been that way all
where were
night.
you? Where were you watching? Where were you watching from?
I was up there on that rock there, just kind of looking around in every direction.
All right, I'll go do the same thing. So I get some rest. I pat him on the shoulder and I go walk to the same spot with obviously my gauntlet on, like all my equipment with me, rubbing my eyes and drinking my calf.
Okay. So he goes back over to like his bedroll and rolls up in it, and he's like almost instantly asleep. Like, and he's out. He's kind of like a, like a kid or a dog. The minute he stops moving, he's just out like a light.
Right.
And you're sitting there, and like I said, it's such a desolate place, but strangely beautiful at night. You can see the starlight illuminating the dunes, and the wind whips the sand up from time to time. And there's a particularly big whip of a cloud off to the left of you, over towards the outcropping of rock where the horses are. And then you hear them start to make a little bit more noise and get a little bit more nervous. You can hear their hooves clomping on the rocks a little bit.
So I down the calf. I flip the goggles down.
Okay.
And I look in the direction of the noise where you said I could hear it hitting rocks.
Yeah, you can hear the hooves hitting the rocks.
Right. I take my charge pistol out and I look down in that direction.
All right, make a spot check.
Okay, 16 and 7. 23.
All right, so you can see shapes moving very quickly towards the other rocks where the horses are.
They're okay. When you say they're moving, are they like running in that direction? Because you said they're clicking on the rocks already, but or you're saying they're just they're making their way through the
horse's
outcropping?
hooves are clomping on the rock, and you can see 4 shapes making their way towards the horses. But the horses' hooves are clomping on the ground. You can see them starting to get more. They're getting more uneasy, and then you can see these 4 shapes just racing towards the edge of the rocks.
Okay. Are they? Do they have? Do they have enough
They who?
speed where these things that I see moving, where I can't take
Mhm.
like? Is it? What are you saying? I'm trying to determine if I took a shot at them, like, am I facing a penalty here, or are these visible shapes that I could take a shot at
With a pistol,
with a
with a
charged
pistol,
pistol from the
yes. At
top of
this
the truck?
distance, yes. With a charged pistol at this distance, yes. You would. They're moving very fast, but with a pistol at this range, it would be a penalty. Yes, slight penalty. You'd
Okay.
be making a shot at
I
-2.
I point the gauntlet in their direction. The gauntlet doesn't make a lot of noise, right? It's just a sound wave thing, right? I'm trying to remember the range on the
Well,
gauntlet.
it's a sound wave thing, so it's all sound. It's all noise. It makes a very
Well, I
high
mean,
pitched noise.
Yeah, I mean, is it audible? There's a whole spectrum of frequency. I don't know what frequency it is. It's in the audible
mean,
range.
It's high pitch, yes. You don't hear all of it, but you hear some of the higher ends of it when you fired it off.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
it's not that it's silent, but like, is it like is
Well,
everyone's
and
ears
remember, you have
bleeding
two.
a mile? Or, I don't remember.
No,
think so.
no. But it's a high pitch, like wah! Like it's like a noise.
Okay.
So if you fire, so you have two
that
different
again?
things, right? One, wah!
Thank you. You have to do that twice.
And so remember, you have 2 different things this thing can do. You can shoot a sound blast that builds up, and then you can do a shot, or you can use it to like cast like a wave of sound in front of you to stun opponents.
Right.
But
Yeah,
they're both
I wanna-
very like a very high pitch whine, right?
Okay, and what's the range on that? Does it fade out, or does it? I mean, I know eventually it does, but
I mean, it's probably about the same range as your pistol, but you really haven't really tried it, so you don't. I wouldn't say you're 100% versed in
I'm
using
100% sure. But I mean, this rock, I think you said was like 8-10 feet in the air, right? Well, it's not that far.
Yep,
Up in the air,
8-10 feet in the air, and they're probably a good 15 feet away from the rock. Yeah.
Right. So I just want to I'm going to point the gauntlet and do like that wall sound feature. Unfortunately, I may be waking my friends, but I would like to keep these pack mules around.
Okay.
And then maybe if I do hit one of these things, I'll learn about them too. So I'm going to just take a quick little pop at them with the gauntlet.
So you're gonna do the cone of like sound in front of you. Is that what you're doing? You can shoot a blast of sound that goes probably about 20, maybe 30 feet, or you can do this cone of sound in front of you that's maybe only 4 or 5 feet in front of you.
No. Okay, so then I'm misunderstanding it. No, I think that what I want to do is just shoot a sound wave in between, like towards the. I want to lead the first, whatever shadow is running towards the horse, whatever one's closest. I want to lead it and just take a shot like towards the front of it. So that even if I miss it, like maybe just disrupting in front of it will slow it down and just make it divert course, at least just to slow it down, keep it away from the horses. Does that make sense?
All right. Yep. No, I get what you're trying to do. So make an attack roll.
Okay.
With a go ahead, roll.
With what? It's an 8. I rolled an 8. But let me see.
And
Wait, no,
what's your range?
plus 5, 12.
Attack?
No, 13. Sorry.
All right. So
because it's 5.
So you have to wait a little bit, and you build up enough sound, and then and it shoots the and that wakes both of us up with a start as this thing makes a high pitched and hits the sand in front of them, and you see them kind of peel around it 2 and 2, but it doesn't impede them from streaming towards the horses.
What's going on?
We're gonna lose the horses, and I try to take another shot. I don't know if
no, you can't shoot the gauntlet again. It's got to recharge for another 6 rounds. Yeah.
Oh, my charge pistol? Can I throw my charge pistol at this point? Or am I jumping
You can
in
try
front
to
of?
use your charge pistol. Sure.
All right, I'm going to try to
can
use my
your
charge.
pistol. At
I'm yelling and shooting at the
minus-
same time.
I point my gun
-2
too.
penalty.
Like, do I see any targets?
Make a quick spot check.
What's my minus?
-2.
14.
-2.
14. Okay, so you can see 4 shapes in basically in 2 pairs, charging the horses from either side on that outcropping of rock.
Okay, so are we attacking these things?
You can take an attack roll. I think we're going to make an initiative after that. But
Yeah. Okay, I'll fire off.
all right, so 1 attack of opportunity. Go for it. At a -2.
Oh, it's a miss.
It's a miss. All right. You shoot the gun. Phew. All right, go Meecho. What did you roll?
Well, I rolled a 16 plus 5, 21 minus 2, 19.
All right.
Did I
so
do that right?
Yep. And you hit one of them, roll damage.
Okay. My pistol is 2d6, right? Let's see. Or is it 2d8? 2d6 is my.
2d8.
It is, right? You think I would know that? It's been so long since I used it. I'm sorry, let me write this. 8. That one's 8, right? And this one. 8. It's 2d8, right? Yeah.
All right. So you hit one of them, and he kind of stumbles for a second behind the others. You do 8 points of damage, which brings him. Okay. Okay.
Nice
Josh
shot.
missed. Meecho is going to try to. Let me see if he can make a spot check and see. Oh Jesus!
You mean
Meecho.
Glume?
Or no, sorry, Glume. That was terrible. Glume was terrible. He rolls a 2, so he pulls the scope up to his eye and he's just scanning around. He can't really seem to see it. Okay, so now we're going to roll initiative. So everybody make an initiative roll and let's see where we land. I'm trying to remember how we do this. It's been a while since we fought.
So I rolled a 21.
All right.
I have 20.
So Meecho is a 21.
Our first fight.
And Mallory is a 20. And
need
Glume
some-
is
Battle music.
oh Jesus.
This
14. No, okay,
video
Glume is
can barely
19.
handle the 3 of our heads.
Yeah, I know.
I have to buy a juiced
All right,
up
let me roll for
computer.
these guys. Oh Jesus! We destroyed these things on initiative. All right. So Meecho first, then Mallory, then Glume, and then these other guys are way behind us. So Meecho, you may fire when ready, Grizzly.
Okay. What did you say the rule was on the recharging of the gauntlet? And I don't even know what damage it does.
It's
by the way.
It's 6 rounds. It's 6 rounds,
Okay.
and you are now on round 2. If you want to do a distance shot, the up close is every 3 rounds. It takes less power, but it has less range, right? So
Okay, sorry, I'm just writing it down so I don't forget it. Okay, so I can't. So the gauntlet's out of the question. So I'm just going to take another shot with the charge pistol again at whatever's closest to the horses.
Yep. So there's 3 that are getting very close to the horses. They'll be on top of the rocks next round. The one that you hit stumbled back and it's slightly behind the others. And whatever you do, you're doing it a -2.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the shot.
Okay, go ahead, take your shot.
19 plus 5, 24 minus 2, 23. No, yeah. Yep.
All right. So
24, 23.
you hit another one of the lead ones. Go ahead and roll your damage.
9. You know, I made
Mm.
I made fun of this pistol when I first got it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
2D8
like an automatic
2D8
pistol, so you're like, it has like not a drum, but like a large magazine that holds a bunch of clips. So you're like, it's firing multiple rounds. So you hit the first one, you hit the second one,
You're right. I gotta
he
be
stumbles
tracking his
again.
ammo.
Yep, you
Each
should
shot
be.
is only
All right,
each shot
Mallory,
is
it's
only, one round though, isn't it?
it's
So it depends.
it's one round, yeah.
Yeah, if you're shooting a single, then it's 1 round. If you're shooting burst fire or automatic, it's 10.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so to do an automatic attack, you're using 10 bullets. If you're using burst fire, you could do it with 5, but you have to have like a right feed for it.
And you can also hit an area of effect with that too, right?
Yeah.
You can hit.
Otherwise,
say,
if you're just attacking straight up, it's probably just 1 bullet.
Yeah. So you're
Right,
going, okay, so
but-
maybe he's on single, semi, bah, bah.
What's the bonus
Okay.
on? What's the bonus on? Like, what do you get for risking 10 rounds?
You get an area of effect, so you could hit 3 targets if you had it
And then
shaped out right.
what happens is, so first of all, you need to have advanced firearms proficiency to use that. You need to have a weapon that fires automatic. So not all weapons fire automatic. You need to have at least 10 rounds in the clip that you're firing from. And then what
Right.
happens is you roll your attack. Your attack becomes the DC for the other party's reflex save. The other party now, in a 4 square pattern, has to roll a reflex save at the DC that you just set. And if they fail, they get hit with your damage.
Jesus Christ!
So
Someone's
all
asked this
4
question once before.
So if
Someone's
all 4
asked
were to
this
fail, they'd all take
Uh-huh.
damage. So
I
I'm
gotcha.
pretty versed with those rules now, so we'll be able to.
It makes sense. Yeah. You're going to
Yeah.
burst in an
Yeah.
area and they got to get out of the area.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
You
why it
guys
takes
wondering
10
which
bullets
10
too,
was.
because you're essentially like,
I've never even tried it.
All right. So you shot 2. We're going to assume you're on semi-auto, so you're pop.
Right. I think I had 3 magazines of 30. This sheet doesn't have the
Yeah.
magazine ammo thing that the other one had, which was awesome because you could just fill out magazines and then. But all right.
All right.
I guess
So he did his damage. Mallory, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
are they within 50 feet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to mental blast the one closest to the pack animals.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll to set the DC, and then they're gonna have
You
to
can
do a
do
will
what?
save. That one creature that I'm attacking. I'm gonna mental blast them.
You're gonna mental blast him?
That's right.
What the fuck? Wait.
Nice. Okay, so I just set the DC at 25. He has to do a will save DC 25.
All right. 1d20 plus 2. He rolled
And this is
7.
the-
So
wait, you can't just.
So he fails. So does he have at least animal level intelligence?
slightly above. Yeah.
Okay, so it affects him, and I do 3d6 points of damage plus my MP modifier.
Okay. Go.
So 5, 6, that's 11, plus 6, that's 17. 17 points of damage. Mental blast. Whapa!
I know. Wait. What the freak is a mental blast? What does it
So
do?
you just
Some-
see me like, I take my gun and like I point it to my kind of forehead and I concentrate real hard.
Yep. So you
what,
kind of
what effect is it?
yeah. You see him. Well, you see that one of them just stumbles and falls and literally rolls in the dirt for a second and then regains its footing and is shaking its head behind the others. So now you really only have one that will be in range of the horses next round because the other ones have been shot and kind of tripped up. That one went down hard and rolled back up again.
And the last thing I do before giving up the rest of my turn is I look to you and I say they are intelligent.
Okay.
Oh shit!
So
Wait, so that gun returns intelligence? That weapon?
no, so the other piece you feel is so he puts his gun to his temple and he kind of you see him focus and thrust his body slightly like he's almost emphasizing it, and you can feel in your body like something neurologically, like a tingle or something in the vicinity of it, like something, you pick something up coming off of him, but you really don't know what it is. And then you see the other one just go, and it just literally crumbles, like as he motions towards it, like he's doing something and he makes it fall. It's not, there's nothing visual that you can like
No.
ascertain.
Also,
I know,
if
but
you're
he
looking at
said-
me, you should see. When you're looking at me, though, you should see my brain begin to swell and like.
Oh, cool. All right, so no, but wait a minute though. Wait. But that's not. I'm. Maybe I didn't ask it correctly. He said to me they are intelligent. My question is, how does he know that? Is it that meant by doing that mental thing he got in its brain too, and he got feedback in return? It's not.
The
It's
only
a
thing is,
two-way.
I can't say more than 6 words during my round. So
Yeah.
I say
So-
6 words to you, and then I have to wait till my next turn before I can say anything more.
I would almost say that it was almost like as he mentally
Wait.
blasted this
Wait.
thing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just got another question based on that. Now, is that your character can only speak 6 rounds because he used the mental gun, or is that a Gamma World rule where you
So that's
in
a
battle?
That's a D&D thing. So in the D20 modern rules, when you're in combat, okay, usually you can do an action, a movement, and a free action. A free action is typically like a 5-foot step or something really, really, really small. I pick up a pin, something really, really small and minute. Sometimes that free action can be actually saying something to people, but you have to think that in a round, what's going by is 6 seconds. So the rule is in most D&D games is in that 6-second time frame you can only say 6 words. So I could do in one round I could do an attack, a movement, and I can say 6 words to someone, and that's the extent of my round. I can't do anything beyond that.
Okay, so that's an actual
That's a D&D
gameplay
thing,
rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could do that too, and we should never we should never go over 6 words, because we really only have 6 seconds to do all of these things, right? And our initiative is set up so that all of these actions are supposed to be going on at the same time. So yeah, of course, the initiative will say you go first, I go second, he goes third, blah blah blah. But like when you look at a dynamic fight, all this stuff is happening at the same time. So literally, I just turn to you and say they are intelligent. That's as much as I can say in my turn before my turn ends, and it's back over to whoever's turn is next in the turn order.
Gotcha. All right. So
Yeah, and because it's a mental power too, that it's like it's less effort. Like you said, you do this, he goes boom, and the thing falls down, and he goes, "They are intelligent."
Right,
and that's the end of his round.
Okay.
Precisely.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right.
So Glume is going to take his.
I was thinking it's Glume's. Sorry.
2 shots. Oh shit. So he goes thwack, thwack, and one of them sinks into the 4th one. Does 8 points of damage. Okay. 2.
Mark is selling his wares.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Mark is listening. He can't see us now.
Into the Borderlands.
No, since he can't see us, he's listening and he's shopping at the same time, because it is the holiday season, so tis the season to be buying role-playing.
That's a real bummer, man, because this is the best we've looked
You're
in
totally
a long time. We look and sound.
It seems to
really,
update
really good.
periodically, because
it
it has Josh holding up his book at this point is where we're frozen at. So it's updating periodically.
That's like 20 minutes ago.
It is.
It was about 20 minutes ago. Is that Mike? Our production level increased. I'll turn that off. That's it's confusing to me.
We're way behind on the audio too.
Right. So as our production quality has increased, a lot of my hardware stayed the same, and so now it can't keep up with this level of professionalism.
Yeah, the consistency has trailed off.
Oh well.
In a vector.
Sorry. all the way down.
But they
to
do say
brown.
that consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds. So, anyways,
Big.
all right. So,
It is a
I'm
shame.
bummed
I'm
about
hoping
that.
it's only because I'm hoping it's only because there's a lot of people on Twitch tonight. Maybe it's just the Twitch servers are overloaded or something.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too because I don't know. This
Friday
this
night
is like one of the best
Twitch
shows
is
we
like the
had.
most busiest time for streaming, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any metrics.
I think
Oh,
Friday nights
I
are like
just-
Twitch's busiest time. Everyone streams on Friday night. Like there's tons of people on YouTube who have streams, and what they do is on Friday nights they play video games on Twitch. So like even the YouTube community is playing Twitch games tonight. Like
oh shit.
so. That might have something to do with it, but I
Should
mean,
we move the
it
show?
seemed to be going well. I don't know about that. It seemed
To
to be
win.
going well 2 weeks ago. Like 2
Yeah.
weeks ago,
Yeah,
you
it
guys weren't
was.
having problems. So it
But
might
now
be
quarantine is upon everyone, so maybe that's why too.
Well, we weren't having video problems. We were having audio problems. Now the audio
Yeah.
problems are gone, and we have video problems. And the video quality I see is like blows.
Yeah, no, it's great for me.
blows
Too.
away.
Yeah.
It's going to make a
So-
great recording at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping that. Yeah, like you said, maybe this stuff is making it there. I mean, then maybe the YouTube video will be good.
Let's
It's
see.
possible. The export might be nice. So anyone who's listening, if you didn't get it on Twitch, you can maybe check it out in YouTube export. Usually a couple of days later comes out, and we'll. Yeah, go ahead,
So the
Ty.
Glume hit.
Glume shot twice and he only hit once, and he hit the fourth one, but it sunk into him, but it didn't really deter him as much as your guys' shots, which had more kinetic energy because he has that flèche rifle that fires those big barbs. So it's almost like a half crossbow, half needler.
How many are we dealing with here?
You only
Do
see
we know
four.
that yet? I see 4.
Yep. And the fourth one hits the rock, and he's on top of the thing, the mount, like immediately. And as you see him, it's some kind of lizard dog with these spikes coming out of the back of it. And it has this mouth full of just rows upon rows of vicious teeth, and it immediately just sinks them into the mount, like right off the bat.
Okay.
And actually tries to bite it, and the mount is fighting, I guess, so fiercely that it misses with the first bite and misses with a claw and hits with a third claw. And you can hear the lizard horse kind of make this scream.
I'm tempted to ask you to do that again, but I'm not going to. All right. Well, now, all right. I guess I
you
deserve that. I deserve that.
You did, yeah, you did.
All right. Okay. Whose turn is it? Is it the other creatures or?
The other creatures are going to have to close the distance to the rock on their turn, so they will not have a turn, and we're all the way back to Meecho's turn.
All right. I have to take a shoot at this fucker that's on my horse. Take a shot rather. So that's 2 rounds.
Is it on yours or Glume's? Is it on your horse or Glume's horse? High or low for favorable results?
I don't care whose horse it. High.
Okay, it's on your horse.
Shit. I was hoping it was Glume's horse.
Yep. You had like a red brown one, and he had like a gray one, and it's on your red brown one.
Son of a.
All right. My gauntlet's still recharging.
Yep.
There's 3
Probably got
rounds.
about 3
now.
more rounds to go. Yeah, if you're
I
gonna go
need
at a
3
distance.
more to go. I'm going to. All right. This is what I'm going to do. Now I messed up. I could do you said an attack, a movement, and a small action. Okay.
Yeah.
The free action, the small action is really limited. You can do a 5-foot step. You can say 6 words.
Can I move? Can I move and then shoot, or shoot and then move? Does it matter?
You can shoot while moving. Yeah.
You can move and then shoot, or shoot and then move. You cannot move, shoot, move. So it's either move and shoot, or shoot and move. To be able to shoot, move, shoot. To be able to move, shoot, and then move again, you need something called mobility. It's a feat that you have to get after picking up dodge. So you need to get dodge the feat, then mobility. Since you don't have those feats, you either have to shoot and then move, or move and then shoot.
Gotcha.
All
All
right,
right,
so what's the
I'm
gonna
gonna.
be?
This is fun now. All right, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna see if I can. I want to move to get a clearer shot at this thing. If I can get closer, I'm going towards. You said the horse. It's jumped on the horse, lizard horse thing that we have on one of our mounts, and he's fighting with it actively. I want to move. See if I get a little bit lower. I want to stay on the rock, but I want to get a little bit lower. I'm moving towards this, towards that horse. And then tell me when I get there, I want to
right.
shoot charge pistol.
All right, so you can close the distance to take away your penalty to shoot, and then shoot without a penalty.
Right. So I'm going to shoot, and then right after I shoot, I say he's on the mount. I yell it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I missed though. So 5 plus 7, 12.
No, you missed.
Yeah, I missed.
So you missed them. Between the two of them are wrapped up and pushing against each other. You miss him with all the frenetic movement that's going on. Mr. Mallory, it is your turn.
Okay, so my mental blast has to recharge as well. So I'm going to get on one knee to try to stabilize my aim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take another shot. I'm gonna take a shot at the one attacking the mount currently.
Okay.
Ugh, 6.
All right. So you missed too.
There's no real place to move to either, right? Like I'm in relative safety being on top of the rocks, right?
I mean, it's the highest ground that you can possibly get. And you have partial cover up there.
Okay, so I'll just reload my next round.
Okay. All right. So Glume is going to try to attack that creature too. All right. He shoots twice and he hits once. For 7 points of damage on the last one. That brings him down to. So he sinks a barb into it, and it screams and just kind of thrusts it off. The other 3 hit the rocks, and they start moving towards and attacking each of the mounts in turn.
Quick question.
This is not working out for us.
Are they making the same sounds that we were hearing all night?
Well, you don't hear the same clicking noises, but you can hear some of the low growling is now ratcheted up, so it does sound like the same sounds.
But the clicking noises have stopped?
You don't hear the clicking noises, no.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, thank you.
So they're attacking the horses, and they're really having a hard time attacking the horses. As I rolled a slew of terrible rolls. And now we're all the way back out at the beginning of the turn, and I want everybody to make a spot check, please.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'd roll a 12.
Okay, 12. Mallory?
17.
17, and Meecho and Glume rolled an 18. Mallory and Glume hear something approaching from behind you guys up the rocks on the opposite side of you.
Okay. Wait. So
Right now,
it's climbing the rock?
Meecho,
Type of sound? Oh no. We lost the GM. The GM is gone. That's not good. Let me check the thing fast. He's there, but here he comes. He's back. It'll be a second till he shows up again, though. Where'd he go? Come back. Come back. All right, here. Are you there, Matt?
these might not be the same creatures. So, so it's Meecho's turn, right? Meecho? Okay, so I have to wait until it's my turn before I can do anything.
No, but can I go
Okay.
without him? Where is he? Shit. I don't know what I don't know what happened. Hang on a second. Should be there.
I was just about to say, dead air. The podcast is now officially over. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, you can't hear Nick? Oh, so Nick, I can hear you, but Chris can't hear you. We can hear each other. Nick, you really can't hear Chris?
Nope.
Wow, he really can't hear Chris. I know. Yeah.
What's he saying?
Oh, well, he's saying that he can talk to me, and you're in the same town, but he can't talk to you.
Oh, 1 second.
I'm like on something. What? Me again?
What the hell?
This and now brought to you by our Canadian sponsors.
Wait, hold on. I see him popping in now. Now I see him. There we go. He's always futzing with it.
Yeah.
Stop futzing with it. He's gone again.
He's gone. Yeah, we just lost him.
The technology kills us, dude. We used to
Yeah.
just sit in a room. We just sit in a room in the garage, bro, and just roll dice with paper.
It's the worst. I grew up around a lot of old school gamers, and we were all used to drawing our maps on squared paper. You know, like, hey, do you want a game tonight? Yeah, just give me 4 hours to put something together. Piece of paper, pen, eraser. Exactly, right? Have the adventure ready, and there you go. We can run it. Now it's like we're gonna spend 12 hours just making sure the mics and cams work.
Yeah. And I don't even care that much how I look. We just got to sound good.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you stream without visuals, right? Like you have to have a visual of some kind. You know, like
That was my concern. Was like, I don't know. We were very audible, and it was enough. The audio was enough to deal with. Like the audio was enough to deal with.
yeah, it's the nature of what you guys are doing, though. Everyone's doing it on Twitch.
know.
You know,
Uh-oh.
like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna join those leagues, you're gonna have to do it the way they do it too. You know, like it's funny because I run a lot of games as a DM, but I've never ever played. I've never run a game on a streaming service because I'm not ready for that headache. What you guys took on is like,
It's not even me. It's mostly Nick. I mean, I try to help out with editing and stuff, but he's running everything
Yeah,
from his house. So
but it's a huge undertaking, right? It's like half the battle is making sure everything fucking works.
yeah.
I have a hard enough time running a game, like keeping things straight, and I'm not recording anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I was to dead turn to my players and say, "All right, next session we're gonna start recording," it'd be like a complete shit show,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah. I
wouldn't
mean,
look.
recording is. Sorry, it's not even our problem. Recording is the least of our worries, I think.
Yeah.
It's all the live stuff. The live stuff is he's coming back in now, but spinny. I don't think there's anybody in his house on his network either. He should be pretty clean right now. Uh-oh. Now he looks completely different. What are you on? Is it the camera?
I guess. I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
you. We don't
I
see
can hear
you.
you
You're
too.
frozen with the different camera. It's not the fancy handheld zoom, which doesn't matter, but
But at least we could hear you and see you.
yep.
That's fine enough. That works.
Wait, you're back now. Now you're moving, but it's a totally different camera. I don't even know what that's about.
It is. It is. I accidentally picked the wrong camera. I was just trying to get it. I actually had to redo each feed. Joe's feed was good, but I had to re-add you and re-add myself. I'm not sure why.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All
Anyway,
right,
it's
so
back.
Meecho failed his spot check.
Yes.
And so you can only react to the 4 that are in front of us. But Glume and Mallory heard something else. So you go ahead and do your action based off of what you were doing before on the 4 that were attacking that are in front of you that you're aware of.
Me?
Yep, that would be you, Meecho.
All right. Well, I mean, I already made myself. I made myself lower. I mean, when I lowered myself towards this,
Well, you
towards the
ran
mound.
you ran down the hill towards
Right.
where these things are. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do I? Let me make this. Do I? Like how actually? How close am I? I guess is the question.
Probably about 8 feet away. You could close the distance to melee if you want to run for another round.
No. Well, I want to keep moving. Well, no. I don't. There's 4 of them down there, and I'm by myself. I'm going to stay on this rock. I'm going to try and take another shot.
Okay.
Yeah, because then I'm at 5. I'm like a round away. I'm not within range of the short cone, the short attack on the gauntlet, am I?
No.
Okay.
When you're in melee, yes, you would be within range.
All right. So then, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you take another shot with no penalty. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a hit. 16 plus 5, 21.
All right, roll your damage.
5. Let's see if I can prop this thing up.
All right, so you hit it. It splatters this purple blood all over the place as you tear another hole in it. And Mallory, it's your turn.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do a spot now. What's coming up behind us?
Well, you rolled your spot, and you can sense now that the other 4 that you picked up are coming up on the opposite side of the rock and attacking from behind.
Is there more of these dog-like creatures?
More like lizard dogs with these spines on their backs and elbows.
And they're coming up the side of the rock. They're like gunning for us.
The back side of the rock, yeah, from behind us. So we turned to face where the mounts were, and we focused on that attack, and these other ones were coming up behind us while we were doing that.
Okay. But their target is obviously us. Like they're gonna have to climb up the rocks to get to us, right?
Yep.
So my mental blast is recharging again, so I'm up to 2d6 I'm gonna wait until the next round before using it again. I'm gonna fire my gun at the closest one coming from the opposite side,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say 6 words to Meecho. They're coming up the flank.
Okay.
Okay.
You turn and take your shot. Pow.
14.
All right. So you hit one of them.
Yeah. I'm not a good shooter, so like hitting anything for me is like sweet. I do 9 points of damage.
Nice.
All right.
Do you add dexterity modifiers to ballistic damage? That's kind
No. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been doing that.
Okay,
No.
so
Only
9
for
points.
speed. So you hit the first one for 9. You said.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Glume is Glume is kind of torn. But I don't know what he's gonna do. Where am I gonna? All right, he's gonna keep shooting the way that he was shooting. He takes 2 shots at one, misses, and he hits with the second one for okay, that's 10. That one there, it's down to 14. Okay. All right. So of the 4, the one that's in the best shape is going to start to charge towards Meecho, and the other 3 are going to attack the horses. Swipe, dude. All right, 1 claw hits one of the horses for 2 damage, and then it also took 3, so that's a total of 5. Okay, so somehow these things are very ineffectively attacking the horses, and that's the end of the 3rd round. The other one's going to close on Meecho. So next round, Meecho, you're going to have one on top of you that is going to be in melee range. Now, understand that you have your gauntlet on your left hand, and you have your gun in your right hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to point that out. That's how you're lined up, right?
Yeah, and I also have this though that once that round did that round end? Okay, so that's the end of that's 5 rounds.
5 rounds, yeah.
All right, so I can't use
So
the
it would be
gauntlet.
charged. It would be charged for an up close attack.
Right, up close attack it's ready for, but not
You
a
cannot do a
ranged
attack with it.
So the thing one so I have one thing that's just charging at me,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then I have 3 that are attacking the mounts.
Yep.
And he's going to close in on me in the next round.
In the next round, you'll be at melee range. Yeah.
I mean, I have to take a shot at it. That freaking thing.
All
I
right.
have to shoot at it.
All right. So it's running at you.
So that's an 18.
It's your turn. So you rolled an 18. Okay, you hit it. How much damage?
4 and 7, 11.
All right. So you hit it like right in the foreflank and blow a huge chunk out of it. Like I said, there's purple blood oozing everywhere, and it's like right on top of you. So next round, when it gets its turn, it's going to get a bite and 2 claws on you.
Nice.
Mallory, it's your turn.
Okay, so now it's my 3rd round. I've recharged my mental blast, so I'm going to do that on the ones that I just hit.
All right, from behind you. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to set the DC for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, rolled a 20. Oh, that
right.
means it's 2 times damage plus stun.
Yep. Okay,
Right.
go.
So he has to hit. He has to do a will save, and the DC is 31.
No, not even close.
Okay. So 3d6 plus 6 times 2. So that's 9 plus 6, 15 times 2. That's 30 points of damage plus he's stunned.
All right, so it literally just, they're scrambling up the rocks behind you, and it just falls just dead and slides down like just limp as the other 3 continue to move up the back of the.
Fucked his shit up.
That's the first one, yeah, with a 20, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
say 6 words again.
Okay.
Break their charge, and they'll flee.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So Glume is going to take 2 more shots towards Meecho because he just sees that these things are overwhelming the one side, and that you seem to have the flank covered at the moment. He rolls 1 hit. He rolls 2 hits. Okay. And he shoots 2 at one of them. Let's see if we can take 1 more down. Oh, shit. That's a bad place to drop that. Okay. Just forget about it.
Does that count?
Depends on
Does
if
the floor count?
12 points of damage.
What does it do? What does the rule book say about that? When a die hits the floor.
We used to in high school, we used to do that shit. We used to like follow the dice, even when they rolled on the floor. We'd find out, was that
That's
a
a
20?
house rule. That's a house rule right
Yeah.
there.
All right. He
Yep,
shoots,
whatever it is, it's got to be consistent.
he shoots 2 more rounds at the one that he hit before, and it slumps down, but you hear his gun chunk empty, and he's going to have to reload next round. So out of the 8, we've killed now 2. And then next round, Mallory, these things behind us are going to be on us, the other 3.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to deal with them. And Meecho's going to be, or Glume's going to be reloading. Meecho is down the hill away from us, so we're going to have to figure this out.
I'm hoping if we kill like a large enough number of them, they're going to eventually turn tail and flee, but I could be wrong too. They could attack to the last.
Okay. Meecho, it's your turn. What are you going to do? This thing is on top of you. It's going to bite you next round. I'm going to try to find this die real quick. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. I am going to do the short gauntlet attack on him.
Okay.
Is that a melee or a ranged?
It's a melee attack.
It is a melee attack. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 10.
All right. So it doesn't take much to hit him, but he has to make a save. And the sound hits him, and he rolls a 16. 2 is 18. So he is not stunned by the sound wave that hits him. Once again, another loud, and it hits him, and he takes 1d4 damage, but he is not stunned. Roll your 1d4, Meecho.
So now let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Does that also then now take away my ability to do the 6-round one? I mean, obviously in this round, but
It's either or.
I have to recount the 6 now?
You'll start with, when you get to 3, you could do another one of those. When you get to 6, you can do a distance one.
So, but I'm starting at 1.
You're starting at 1, yes, sir.
Okay. So I rolled a 3 just now.
All right, so you do 3 points of damage, Tom. So he's down. Okay. All right. So let's start with him on you. What is your defense? What are you, a 20 or something? 19?
I'm a 14. I only have a poncho on, so I'm 14.
Oh, so you're not wearing armor? Okay.
Yeah, well, the armor has penalties.
All right. So he hits you with a bite.
What possible penalty could you be suffering from wearing the poncho?
No, he
No,
has
no.
another piece of armor that gives him a movement penalty.
I have the tactical vest that's like a minus something, -6 or something. It was like big.
-6 to move. Yeah.
-6 movement.
Yeah. All right, and he does 10 points of damage with his bite to you.
10 points.
Yep.
Shit.
And then he misses with 2 claw swipes. The other 2 attack the horse. 1 with a bite. Ooh, and a claw. Oh, and a 20 with another claw. Just one of the horses is done, dude. One of the horses is down, and it just rips its throat out. The second
Is it
one,
Meecho's horse or my horse?
higher. You are Meecho. High or low
I mean,
for
Meecho or
favorite?
Glume's? It's late.
It was your horse. Yeah, it was
Shit.
low.
Fucking
So he
my
rips the
horse.
throat. He rips the throat out of that one. The other one attacks the other horse. Hits with the claw, another claw, and it's pretty hurt at this point.
Fuck. I knew
right.
they were going to go for the horses.
So
I just
next
knew it.
round we're gonna have to re-roll initiative too, by the way, because the other three are gonna join. So we should re-roll initiative here.
Right now?
Sure. I think that's the end of the turn, anyways. So let's all roll.
I rolled a 10. I'm at 9 plus 1.
It's 10. Mallory. Glume got an 18. Mallory, what did you get? I can't hear you if you're
Hey,
talking.
did you mute yourself by any chance?
Hold on. Does he have hiccups again?
Maybe. No.
No.
He's
Okay.
saying
Sorry,
no.
I couldn't find
There you go.
our window again to unmute myself. I really shot the bet on that one. I rolled a 6 for initiative.
Shit.
6 and 9.
All right.
6 and 10, rather.
Cross these out and re-roll everybody here. That guy rolled 17. That guy rolled this.
By the way, that one bite took away a third of my health.
Oof. Oh, that guy rolled a 21.
I have a 30 HP. I'm down to 20.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. There's how many left still standing?
6. Fuck, that's a 21.
Maybe we should just let them have the horses and try and fight off this fucking 3 that are trying from the other side.
Dude,
There's
once they're gonna be done with the horses, they're gonna have their way with us. I think we're
Yeah.
fighting for our lives at this point.
All 8, right? We gotta might have to kill as many of these as we have to kill them all, possibly.
All right. So 2 of them get to attack first. So there's one that's on us, Mallory, from the back. The other 2 rolled really poorly. And then one that's on the horses that's on the last horse is gonna go to attack. So I'm gonna roll that really quickly. He misses, and he misses. Okay, so that's good. The one that's on us, I don't know who he's gonna attack first. I'm assuming he's gonna go after either you or I. I'm 1, you're 2, I'm 3, you're 4. What the hell happened to my 4-sided die now? All my 4s, there it is.
Come on, roll for him. Come on.
You want to roll? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead and roll. I'm just trying to.
I'm 1, 2, 3. So he went after Glume.
Yeah.
So that might
Suck it,
help you
Glume.
because he might be a little bit quicker than you.
I have a lot less hit points than Glume, I bet.
Probably, yeah. His defense is 20. It's 20. So miss, and miss. Okay, so he missed Glume 3 times. Okay. So now Glume is going to go. And I think he's reloaded because he didn't attack last round. And he is going to take a shot, obviously, at the one that's on him. Come on, can you stay on? I need a cup here now because everything's falling off. Hit and a hit. He hits twice. For 12 points of damage. Okay. That brings him down to okay. Meecho is next.
What's this lizard situation right now? Like who?
So
We
there's
have one
right,
down. One's
right in
down,
front
right?
of you.
We have 7,
One,
right?
yeah, there's one down on your side. You know that Mallory and Glume are dealing with another 3 that have crested the hill, and you can see their shadows behind you. And you have one in front of you, and then 2 are attacking the other horse. The one in front of you is hurt pretty bad.
So one of them's eating. Wait, so there's two attacking the horse, or
One of them's eating a horse, one of them's attacking the other horse, and the other one is attacking you. And then up on the hill behind you, you can see 3 shadows.
all right. So obviously, I'm gonna go after the one attacking me, I guess, and I am going to shit. Now I have the gun in my right and the gauntlet in my left. I didn't use my small action last time. Is a small action like drawing a weapon? The free action? The
I mean,
6-second free action?
what you wouldn't be able to do is holster the gun and draw the sword. I think it would be either or. Maybe
Would
if
I be
you
able to
draw-
like reach, like I'm holding the gun, but reach with my gauntlet hand and just pull out a sword?
So you want to attack? You want to attack offhanded with the sword and draw it?
Not right now. It's too late for me to do that now because I have to do the free action when I'm done, right?
I mean, you could
Okay.
draw your weapon and attack with it with an offhand at a penalty. If that's
So I
what
could
you
do the free action first. The order doesn't matter.
I think you can draw it with your offhand and attack, but you're going to get a -4 to attack him
Okay.
with
gotcha.
your offhand. I'll allow it. Or you can just shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot it. 15 and 5, so 20.
All right, so you hit it. Roll your damage.
Jeez, 2. But as after I take the shot, I reach across my body with the gauntlet hand and draw my vibroblade.
Okay. All right. So you hit him, but it just nicks his corner of his arm. So the one's going to eat the horse. The other one's going to attack the other horse. And then we got to deal with the 2 that are on you and I, Mallory, and hopefully we'll survive this. He misses. He misses. Oh, man. And he hits with a claw. He cuts the other with for 1 point of damage. Okay, so the second horse is getting ripped apart, but it seems like it's a slow process. And the other 2 behind us is attacking Glume and 1 on Mallory. So Glume first. It's a miss. It's a miss. That's a miss. Mallory, what is your defense?
So I haven't had a turn yet since the last time they attacked Glume.
Yeah, you're at. Well, wait a minute. You're at 6. Actually, you know what? Sorry, you're right. You go before these 2 attack us. So go first.
So I'm going to use my long slide.
Okay.
Aiming the one closest to me.
Yep.
I hit 20, AC 20.
Okay.
So I'm taking that's a hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
Here's the damage. Fuck. 4 points of damage.
Okay. So that's how
I nicked him.
you nicked him. So then the other one attacks Glume. He misses. What's your defense now?
My defense is 14.
All right, that's a miss. That's a 12. That's a miss. And he hits with a claw for 18. And he does 1 point of damage.
These things do a lot of damage when they connect, man.
Well, the bites are worse than the claws. All right. So now we're all the way back around to the beginning, and the first person to attack is the one that's on Glume, and there's one that is on the other horse. So, God damn it! I really seriously need to cut. I have.
I'm
like
about.
no space
I'm
roll.
about to whip out a graviton imploder and kill us all.
Take care of this once and for all.
That's it. Just it.
He
Go down swinging.
the horse, and then the other one is attacking Glume. He misses with a 4, and Glume is just obviously dodging his ass off. A 10, he misses, and a 12, he misses. So that puts it back to Glume, who's going to shoot at the one on him.
Is he poisoning any of these freaking darts?
Not so far. He rolls a 12. What's his plus? His range is +7. That's 19. That's a hit. And a 1. Okay, so it didn't jam at least. And he hits that one for another 7 points of damage. That's on him. So that takes him down to
I may have to go to the bathroom again. This might be
13.
this show might be a two-pisser.
It's a two-pisser. All right, Meecho, it's your turn. You have your vibroblade in your offhand. You can attack with it at a -4.
No, but I'd like to take my small action to switch hands. Can I do that?
If you drop your gun, yes.
I
How
dropped
would
my
you
gun.
switch- All right, so you drop your gun and you manage to throw your blade to your right hand, and you can attack. Go.
Here we go. 20. Not natural.
All right. So do your damage.
6.
All right, so you
I'm gonna use the
slice
rest.
cleanly through the neck of that one, and it rolls to the ground. And
Yes, the vibroblade, baby. By the way, do I increase my anything being that I'm solar powered now, or that I got all these modifications?
no,
Oh shit. Okay,
the modification is you don't have to buy batteries anymore.
That's true. They saved me a lot of money. Thank you, Mr. Mallory.
An inconvenience. Oh, sorry. Ow. All right. So Meecho's turn is up. Whose turn is next? There's one. There's one that's eating the horse, and it looks up at its friends and starts to run towards Meecho now to cover that distance. Mr. Mallory, it is your turn.
So I still have bullets in the clip.
Yep.
I'm gonna fire again.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep track of my ammo though.
That's fine.
-3. So again, the closest to me.
Yep.
Possible crit. So I rolled a 20. So I'm gonna roll it again.
Yep. Go ahead.
14 plus 4, 18.
Okay.
I believe that's a crit.
Yep.
So it's 2d6 times 2.
Go ahead.
Suck on me one time. 7 times 2, 14 points of damage.
All right. That's pretty good. That's healthy. We're getting there. We're getting there.
He's not dead, is he?
One? No, he's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 left out of 8. We've only killed 3 of the 8. All right, so now we got to fight. You and I have to survive this next attack. Probably less me than you. That's a miss.
Ooh, my AC is really low.
He hits me with a 20. It's not a crit. And a 1 on the second one. But okay, so all right, well, look, only 2 points of damage because I rolled a 1. Okay, so Glume took his first scratch. Now your turn. And you're a what, 14?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 10. That's a 8. Oh, Jesus, dude.
I took 8 points of damage?
That's an 18. So he hits you with the claw. And you take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. And now we got to wait for Meecho to come back around. I'm going to roll against the horse because the other one's got a... So there's one that's attacking Glume. That's a 21 initiative. And there's one that's attacking a horse. And the rest of them are all low. So the one that attacks Glume, because he's got 2 attacking him now, misses with a 10. Another 20. Jesus. Is it a crit? It's a crit. Fuck. And then he gets hit twice. Jesus. For 10 and 3 for 13. He gets scratched up pretty good.
Oh, man.
For 15. Damn.
Meecho, stay in the bathroom.
Yeah, really.
Don't come out.
Okay. Actually, my hit points aren't bad. That's whatever. We can weather this. I'm out of liquor though, which is making this a lot harder. All right, so it's Glume's turn for the one that's on him.
What'd I miss?
A hit.
We're taking a
And a
beating.
hit.
Shit.
Yeah, we're all hurt now. Glume does. Okay, he sinks 2 in it. He sinks 2 barbs deep in this thing's chest, and it screams. But it is. Oh wait, sorry. It had 13 and I did 11. So that's down to 2. Okay, sorry. All right, and it screams. Meecho, the one that was feasting on the dead horse, is closing the distance towards you, and it's within melee range, and you can attack it if you want. You are up next, and then Mallory's up after you.
Let's see. Wait, how many rounds have passed? 3. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll swing at it with my vibro blade. 2 hands over my head. I'm getting pissed now.
Okay.
I let out a battle cry for all my friends to hear.
Okay.
And I come crashing down on the head of this fucking stupid thing.
All right.
8 and melee 6, so 14.
All right. So you slash and miss it.
Okay. So I thought.
And your blade crashes into the sand. Mallory, it's your
I wait. I have a
Go
minor
ahead.
action left. I
Okay,
have a
do your
free action.
minor action.
My
yeah.
free action.
Okay.
I scream, shit.
Okay. So Mallory, you hear Meecho swings and misses and hits the sand with his vibroblade, hums into the sand, and he hears scream shit.
The one that's attacked me has been hit twice, right?
Yep.
Does it look?
He's pretty. Yeah, you blew a couple big chunks out of him, and he's bleeding pretty good. The one on Glume is hurt real bad, and it's actually looking like it's starting to back down. The one on Meecho has been actually all of the ones that are
Meecho?
engaging.
Who's Meecho?
Meecho is hurt